Oh yeah, welcome to episode 82 of Paropod with your boys, King of the Goons, Mark,
That's me.
your Ween King, Owen. What's up, everyone?
What's up, guys? How's things?
Oh Jesus, that voice took it out of me.
Yeah, Jesus.
The Macho Man. I don't know how he did it.
The Macho Man, Randy Savage.
Oh yeah. How
Oh,
you been, Mark?
Good. How are you?
I've been good. Had a little holiday in the weekend, did you?
I did. I went to Amsterdam, bro. You know yourself. Yeah, it was good fun. 4 days. 4 days in Amsterdam.
Jeez, pints of Guinness or cans of Guinness are fucking shite.
These are better than the points in Amsterdam.
I suppose they were.
I had a point there. The last one I had, it was absolutely disgusting. It was disgraceful. Couldn't even finish it. It was all head. It was an absolute joke, you know. But their Heineken is lovely. It's very nice.
Yeah. Like, and it's a higher percentage, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like 5 or 6%.
The Heineken is nice.
Yeah, that's just all we drank. But it's
Yeah.
the same price as Dublin, so it's like it's a bit
the
annoying.
point?
They're also kind of quiet.
Yeah,
Strange.
Man, I've always found this. Like, I've been to Amsterdam twice. I find the nightlife very dull,
Underwhelming.
very underwhelming.
Very underwhelming. Yeah. Yeah.
There isn't much going on.
Yeah. By the time we got around to 3 a.m., like every night, like like on the Thursday and the Sunday, it wasn't. We didn't even make it to 3 a.m. We left at like 12 or like 1 or whatever because the place was just deserted.
Yeah,
There's no one around. The only thing that's happening is in like the red light district. It's like,
yeah,
well, you know the way the red light district is like their Temple Bar, like it's where the actual bars are as well.
yeah, and it's also all tourists.
Yeah, it's all tourists. But like at that stage, it's just people going into like the sex clubs and stuff.
Yeah,
But like even on the weekend, like the Friday and Saturday, it's like kind of like the crowd starts thinning very quickly. Everything just kind of dies down. And then even during the day, they're quite. It's quite because like it has a reputation. It's like Amsterdam, you know,
yeah.
like the
There's
party city.
There's a vibe in Amsterdam. Did you find? Have you been to Amsterdam before this?
No, this is the first time ever.
Did you like? There's something. There's like a vibe through Amsterdam, and I don't know what it is, but it's not like. It isn't like let's fucking party. It's like, this is a very strange city.
It is. There's something off. There's something kind of off. It's very well run in a kind of creepy way.
Yeah, in a way, it's like this doesn't mesh. Like how well run the city is, and like how, the layout of it and stuff like that. It's like this doesn't give way to the party central of Europe, which it just isn't. Berlin is like.
It actually isn't.
Yeah, Berlin is that, but like still, Amsterdam is still this. This place that people go to smoke green, basically. Is that all that it is? Is that all that people do there?
Yeah, apparently. Well, maybe it just chills them out to the extent that they can't do other stuff.
Yeah, people smoke green in the day and they just don't want to go out at night.
It seems to be like that, yeah. But yeah, it is a strange kind of place. We stayed in this little village as well, like kind of out of Amsterdam.
Yeah, you weren't even in the city.
Yeah, we're in like the scaries of Amsterdam, and it was like the thing out of Hot Fuzz. Where everything's too perfect. It was kind of like they had this amazing cafe though, right near us. It did this amazing toasty. Went there every morning. It was so good. But like everything was like
the food in Amsterdam is class.
Yeah, we didn't really try much food, but yeah, I also don't like how the car. There's no like distinction between path and road. Well,
that's because the like psychological reason for that is because the cars have to slow down. Like pedestrians can just walk.
Yeah, I suppose.
And that's the whole layout of it. Is that I saw the TikTok about this? I think it might also been on Twitter. The cars have to come up onto the walk space rather than we having to step down onto the driving space.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So like that's like the psychological reason behind it as well.
Yeah.
Whatever with the cars, man, it's the fucking bikes.
Yeah, they're
Jesus,
stupid.
man.
They need to chill out with the bikes. Like they're like, there's so much waste going on. Really in that city, like that city is not eco-friendly at all. It just has bikes. It looks like it is, but it's not. There's so much shit going on.
Maybe that's what the vibe that I'm sensing is like, just dirty hair.
Like they don't recycle. They don't distinguish between any kind of plastics or anything. Everything goes in one bin, just goes to a landfill, and they ship it off to fucking Africa or wherever,
wherever the fuck it goes.
wherever they can't see it. But then they're like, oh, we have bikes. We're so eco-friendly. No, you're not. You don't recycle. You don't even have green bins. It's like this. You're a complete fraud.
A lot of green, but no green bins.
A lot of green over there. Yeah, no green bins. Yeah, the cyclists are a nightmare. They need to fucking cop on.
Yeah, no, I
just
found
walk.
That far worse than whatever about like the fucking cars and like remembering that it's a look right instead of left. Yes, is that the way it works here?
Yeah. I hopped into the driver's seat by accident in a taxi. He's like, "Oh, you want to drive?" And all the taxi guys laughed. I was like,
he's like, "Yeah, I fucking will just take off."
All right, yeah. It's like a van, yeah. But yeah, strange place.
It is a strange city.
It was nice though. It's good weekend, good fun. Very expensive.
Yeah, it is mad expensive.
So expensive.
Very expensive city.
Yeah.
I mean, it's basically the same as Dublin, because that's always what. Every time that I talk about like going away and stuff like that, or like with anyone in general, was like, and they're like, "Oh yeah, but the X place is expensive." Like, it's like, bro, you're living in Dublin. Like, that's notoriously expensive.
Yeah.
This is one of the most expensive cities in the world.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
It definitely,
especially as a tourist,
like definitely in Europe, we're one of the most expensive cities in Europe.
Yeah. As a tourist, especially, yeah, because you have to pay for like transport and stuff. But the weird thing over here is like a taxi from here to the airport, or even like where I live to the airport, it's like 12, 14 euro ish. It's not a lot, but a taxi from the same distance in Amsterdam, even like our little Airbnb was like just kind of east of Schiphol, about the same distance from where I live to the airport. Relatively, you know, but the same taxi cost 65 quid. But that wasn't just they're ripping us off at the airport. Every taxi cost over 70 or 60, 70 quid. You know, it was insane. I don't understand why.
Mental.
Like we did have to get we did have like 5 people, so it's kind of awkward.
And
so
maybe
get vans and stuff.
Yeah, and maybe it's more. I'm pretty sure they do charge more for going to the airport.
Yeah, oh no,
I feel like that's a thing.
We had to get an Uber every single day just to get into town. Like we didn't go to the airport.
Really?
Yeah, because the buses were like the buses are kind of laid out weird, where we would have to get like a bus and then a train. It would nearly cost pretty much the same as getting a taxi combined.
Bus and a train.
Yeah, bus and then a train and all this. There's way too much.
There should just be, if this is the scaries of the Netherlands, of Amsterdam, I guess.
Yeah.
There should we at least we have a bus that goes out to scaries.
Do we?
Yeah, there's one.
Is there a train or something? Yeah.
They also got a train, I think, as well, don't they?
Yeah.
Is there a train in Scaries? I don't know.
Who cares?
I don't think I've ever really been to Scaries.
Neither have I. Don't want to go.
Nah, why the fuck would I go to Scaries?
Yeah, why? They actually have 2 windmills.
They have 2 windmills?
They have 2 windmills in Scaries. We had a lovely windmill beside the gaff.
Yeah, isn't it? Netherlands is like filled with windmills.
Yeah, that's their thing, yeah.
Yeah, isn't it? Right. Thing as well.
Cheese and windmills and Anne Frank and the Holocaust.
And a flat, like very flat.
Yeah,
like
canals everywhere.
Like, you know, because that's what everyone always says, like, oh, Amsterdam is so fucking flat. But then when you go to Amsterdam, it's like, no, yeah, like it really is.
Yeah, there's no hills or anything.
It's really weird.
You know, the biggest obstacle, like land obstacle, as far as you could see around our area, was this huge mound that they seemed to be just, there was like a construction site and there's never anyone in it. But it seemed like the entire point was just to build this big pile of dirt. It was the only thing you could see on like the horizon. Like everything else was just like
that's fucking
flat.
weird.
It was just flat. Yeah. It was just like small offices or cafes or like random things in the town. Everything else is just like it was just straight as far as you could see. Or the stadium, you could see the Ajax stadium, but that was miles away. You know.
Yeah.
But you can still see it because there's just nothing in the way.
There's nothing in the way.
Yeah.
Like you can't see the Aviva from where I live.
Oh yeah, no way. Yeah.
Like and you can see the Aviva from where you live. There's no fucking chance.
You can just about see Croke Park from my room, but that's because I'm on like the third or the second story, you know.
Can I see Croke Park? If I walk up from the Storage Road, I could probably see Croke Park.
Yeah, if you looked out, like if you looked at the attic that way, probably,
probably.
That's what I did.
Yeah, I don't have the attic in the scaff, so
you
know. But yeah, that sounds very good, man. That sounds like a good weekend.
Good fun. What did you get up to?
What I got to see Fizzy Orange on the weekend.
Ooh, very good.
They're playing in Grand Social.
They're very good.
Good local band, you know. Local enough. I think half of them are from Clontarf, but we'll claim them anyway.
They're local, yeah, local lads. They're
from Mount Temple, mostly, and Ardscoil Reach, where we went to school.
Yeah.
I think it's equal. I think it's like 2 guys from Mount Temple, 2 guys from Ardscoil. And one of them went to Belleville.
Ooh.
Shame.
Beef. Yeah, they're class.
They're busy boys, always playing.
Yeah, they're hitting it up. Hitting it big. In the G's Osh.
Shout out to Fizzy Orange, if any is listening.
Yeah,
these
have
are
a
good.
listen, lads.
Very good. But yeah, I watched a few movies on the weekend as well.
Oh, really?
Watched a few movies. I watched Saving Private Ryan. I've never seen this before.
Saving Private Ryan.
Spielberg.
I haven't seen either.
You've never seen this film?
It's definitely been on the background. My dad has watched it, I'd say 100 times.
I'm the same. I've never sat down and watched it.
Yeah.
But I've
probably
seen
internalized a lot of it. Yeah.
And then watching, I was like, oh, I actually have seen a lot of this film.
Yeah.
Like way more of this film. I didn't really know what the plot was. Well, I knew what the plot. Go off and
Saving Private Ryan.
Saving Private Ryan. But all the set pieces and stuff like that, like the end battle and the iconic opening. I'd seen them like a million times. But yeah, Spielberg, 98 film. I was in my mom's stomach when she go see this film.
Oh, really?
My mom went to go see this film when she was pregnant, and then during the opening realized, well, this was a mistake.
Why?
Because I was kicking like mad, apparently.
Oh, really?
During the opening, like the whole fucking...
It's very loud.
Yeah, extremely loud.
Yeah.
Like, you've seen the opening to this film, surely?
Yeah.
It's pretty brutal. War, not good, you know?
War is not good.
War is not good. I was trying to compare that opening to Dunkirk. Because, like, I think that's a nice comparison. Because, like, it's the landing in Normandy, but then Dunkirk is them fleeing Dunkirk. I honestly think that Saving Private Ryan's opening is way more effective than the war. Any of the war stuff in Dunkirk, like the bombs and stuff like that. It's way more visceral.
Yeah, I don't know, because I only saw Dunkirk in cinemas.
Yeah,
I've seen it. It was very bassy, and I was like, whoa, this feels very, very cool. You know, it feels like I'm there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm sure Saving Private Ryan is one of like the most accurate, isn't it?
It's fucking
very
brutal, man.
Yeah.
Like that opening is like real scary. And you're like, how does anyone survive this? Like, how is that possible?
Yeah, they just got gunned down straight away.
Yeah, it's immediately like, doors opening, and then
that's just demoralizing. It's like, what's the point?
Yeah, because like there's so many people dying in front of them that like Tom Hanks's character, I was gonna say Tom Cruise, Tom Hanks's character, Captain, what the fuck his name is,
Captain Tom.
He's like, jump over the sides, like, we cannot go forwards, there's too many dead bodies in the way and we're just gonna get hit with bullets. Jump over the side of the boat and like, let's get to shore that way. And then when they get to shore, you're just like, how are you gonna move forward from this? Like,
yeah, but
like, you know, it happened, they did do it, so
they did manage in the end. Yeah,
but you're also like, how did anyone do this?
How did they, like, imagine being the guy in the front. It's like, oh yeah, today we're going to be at the front of the amphibious attack on
line.
Europe. Yeah, the front line invasion into Europe, mainland Europe, with no defenses whatsoever. All we have is air support, and you're the first guy that's going to land on the beach.
Yep.
It's like
so
I'm just going to die.
And they're waiting with big machine guns.
Yeah, so like it's basically, yeah, you're going to die in about 10 minutes. Like, fuck that.
Less.
Yeah.
You are as soon as those doors open, you're gone.
But like, imagine getting the instructions.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you're going to die in about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
It's like, I'd be like, see you, man. I will chance my arm at deserting. I will desert.
I will go AWOL.
Yeah, I will go AWOL, man. Fuck that.
You know what? I'm joining them. I'm defecting.
Yeah, I'm there with a wife like, please stop.
But yeah, like that opening is iconic, and like sets every single like action sequence like that is like just brutal. Like there's a bit where there's a sniper in a tower and they shoot Vin Diesel, and I was like, it was only after he died that I was like,
Vin Diesel's in that?
Yeah, Vin Diesel's in it. Because I had the same reaction, because I was looking, I was like, that's hardly Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
And I was like, but he looks like him and he's talking like him, but there's no way Vin Diesel's in Saving Private Ryan. Surely I would have heard of this before.
Yeah, loads of people are in it, aren't they?
Loads
Fassbender,
of people.
Hardy are both in it as well.
Fassbender's in it?
Fassbender, yeah, and Tom Hardy. They're bit parts, I'm pretty sure. Are they?
Are they?
Or maybe that's Band of Brothers. I might be thinking the wrong thing.
That might be Band of
kind
Brothers.
of mixed them up,
Yeah, that might be Band of Brothers.
But yeah, aren't loads of random people in this?
Yeah, like every card, like with some of the mains, I was like, I've seen you in something before, and I've loads of them. I was like, I know who you are, but I can't put my finger on who it is. Do you have the cast there? Do you?
Yeah, Michael Fassbender is not in Saving Private Ryan.
The sniper guy, he was in something, and I was like, I've seen you multiple times in many different things. I have no idea what your name is.
Bryan Cranston.
Is that him?
I don't know, but he's in it. I don't know who the sniper guy is.
Oh, Bryan Cranston, isn't it? Yeah, he's the general.
Giovanni Ribisi, the guy from France.
Oh yeah, he's in. Yeah, he's in it.
Nathan Fillion.
Barry Pepper's who I'm talking about. I've seen him and stuff, but I don't know what he is.
Ted Danson, Paul Giamatti.
Yeah, Paul Giamatti shows up. Ted Danson, that was the weird one, because I've only seen Ted Danson in The Good Place and seen him like proper young, like 20 years ago. I was like, Jesus, Ted, looking well, bro. Yeah, there's loads of people in it.
Yeah, Barry Pepper, yeah. Yeah, what's he in?
He's in loads of stuff. He's in Like everything.
Green Mile. Yeah, that's the one I saw.
Maybe it's just the Green Mile is what I know him from. I'm like looking at the rest of his films like, oh wait, maybe it is just the Green Mile.
Titanic. I don't remember him in Titanic.
He's obviously one like, did Spielberg? No, Spielberg didn't do the Green Mile, did he?
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't. No. Frank Darabont. Okay. But yeah, like there's loads of people in the film. And you know, it is kind of like, I would be a bit like, why the fuck would anyone give this 5 stars?
Why?
Because I'm like, it is really, really good. But I don't want to meet the person that says the Saving Private Ryan is their favorite film.
It's a very basic film, isn't it?
It's
like,
so basic.
But it'd be like saying, it's like every Spielberg film. It's like, oh, like Jaws is my favorite film. It's like, what?
I understand that more than Saving Private Ryan. Because like...
But like Daz would be like, yeah,
it's a mad
Saving
dad
Private
film.
Yeah.
It's a big dad
I
film.
can see a dad saying, yeah, this is my favorite film. My dad would probably say that, or something like that. Some kind of film like that.
I think my dad would say Lord of the Rings.
But yeah, let's say someone said like Schindler's List or like Jaws or Close Encounters.
Yeah.
It's like Spielberg films, you know? They just are what they are.
Yeah, they just don't... Yeah. I think there's something I lack connection-wise with Spielberg films. I'm like, yes, this is very good, very enjoyable film, or like very effective. I wouldn't say Saving Private Ryan is an enjoyable film, but like, you know, actually, I don't know. It doesn't really show war that horrifically, especially after watching Come and See. Like,
yeah, I was thinking, yeah, how's it compared to Come and See?
Oh, jeez, Come and See is so much better. Fucking hell.
What's like its approach to war relative to Come and See?
It's mad American.
Yeah, well, like how would that contrast? Like like Come and See is probably the definitive Russian take on World War II. Saving Private Ryan is like probably in and around the definitive American take.
Yeah,
how do they compare? Like,
it's kind of it's got a weird kind of message because like half of it is like leave no man left behind. Like the American government are like, here, this woman, she has 4 or 5 sons in the war. Maybe it's 3, and maybe it's 3 or 4. I'll say 4. She has 4 sons who fight for the U.S. Army, and 3 of them after dying. And we're going to be sending out the letters to her, telling her that her 3 of her sons are dead. But one of them, he's after landing. He's part of the invasion, and he's a parachuter. I don't know. They're paratrooper. Yeah.
Paras.
So he's after jumping out the plane. Like, we have absolutely no idea where he is. He's somewhere in France. So like, here, Tom Hanks, get your boys. You're off to find this fella. He's somewhere out that way. Go find him. And it's like the U.S. military is because they feel bad for the mother. Like, we gotta bring him home so that she has, you know, at least 1 son left.
Is that the mission? Is that what Saving Private Ryan is?
Yeah, that's what they have to do.
I thought it was like an actual, like, we need to extract this guy for some reason.
No. And like the whole thing is like he's like not an important soldier. He's like just
the private. Yeah.
He's just a dude.
Yeah.
And
that would not happen.
Yeah,
there's
that would
no
not
circumstance where that would happen in any military. It's like, he's a private. Sure,
he signed up for this.
We don't know where he is. Sorry for your loss. You know, he's probably dead. You know.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And so they go off, and then then it like changes towards the end where it's like the message is, it's not even the message, because the message kind of is like, because they do save him, they do get him back, but he's the only person. They all die in the process of getting him back, and then it ends with Matt Damon as an old man. There's a little bait and switch because you think it's Tom Hanks at the start, but at the end it's like, whoa, actually no, the old guy at the start of the film, it's actually Matt Damon, and he's like, he's there crying at Tom Hanks's grave, and he's just like, was I a good man? Did these men die for nothing? But like the whole, it's tinged with like, no, yeah, of course you're a good person. These men died to bring you back, and their sacrifice was worth it. That's the kind of vibe that I get off the end of it.
Well, I suppose that's nice.
It's nice, but it's also like, that's just a mad American military. Like,
yeah.
Even if you die for like a completely worthless mission of just bringing one random soldier back, a non-important soldier, it was worth it because you got him home.
Yeah, so he like wiped out a platoon to save some random guy.
Oh yeah.
And like
so many people died in the process of getting this one dude back. Like, let alone the people that they bump into, they end up fucking get killed and stuff like that. Like,
yeah. I feel pretty guilty as well.
They also die in this big battle to like save this bridge, because they all die very honorably for the most part. Like, Tom Hanks is there fucking shooting the tank with his pistol after getting shot. It's like, he keeps fighting even on his last breaths, even when he has like nothing left.
Yeah,
he keeps fighting.
Yeah, and compared to like Come and See You, where it's just like brutal.
Yeah,
Like the whole thing is fucked.
the whole thing's
Like you're just
fucked.
there's no getting out of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That sound very, very American. Yeah.
But yeah, but like that's my thing with Spielberg films as well. It's like, I kind of expected that.
It's too optimistic.
It's not even optimistic. It's just too patriotic in a way. It's just like, the real Americans will, Yeah,
I suppose.
it's still like it's still a good film, and like,
yeah,
it's one of those movies where I watch it and like I feel no connection to this film whatsoever. However, I completely understand why it's like one of the best films, quote unquote, one of the best films of all time. Because like, there's nothing
wrong with it.
There's nothing majorly wrong with it other than it's weird messaging, but that weird messaging is weird to me with my political beliefs. I say America fucking love it.
Oh, it's weird to everyone except Americans. Yeah, because even like the Soviets, like, they called World War II like the great, or the Russians in general, the Great Patriotic War. It's a huge thing over there. But as you say, like Come and See is like this was
horrific.
This is absolutely horrifying. Don't do it again.
Yeah.
But Americans like, oh, we saved. It's like all about one guy, the individual. Whereas like Come and See seems to be just about random people in a random village.
Random schlub.
Yeah, the random guy. And how he gets fucked.
How he gets absolutely fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's also, I was only, when you were saying that, I was like, when's the last time that I've seen a film that had like a vaguely pro-war message that wasn't like a superhero film?
A pro-war message.
Like a war film.
Yeah.
Like a pro-war film.
Like a jingoistic war film, like American Sniper or something like that.
Yeah, I'd say American Sniper might be the last time I've seen one that was like...
I remember I saw Battleship. Ever see that?
Do you know that's one of the biggest flops of all time?
Yeah. I saw it in cinemas.
I've never seen it.
I was one of the people that contributed to that terrible number that it made. It was a terrible, terrible film. Had Rihanna and Liam Neeson in it.
Yeah.
And it was pretty pro-war. But it was one of those films that was like almost entirely sponsored by the US military. Like they paid.
Yeah, it's a sci-fi film, isn't it?
Yeah, aliens land, and then there's like a strategic battle. It's based off the board game.
Yeah.
And it was a co-production between the US State Department and Hasbro. So
so it's a video game adaptation, is it?
It's a board game adaptation.
Oh yeah, board game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Board game. Yeah.
Yeah.
What a terrible idea.
There's not even any aliens in Battleship, the board game.
Yeah, what a terrible, terrible idea.
It was never gonna work. I think Michael Bay did it.
I think but he produced it or something.
Yeah, I suppose
it has that Michael Bay stink to it.
yeah. Or even looks like the tinge. Everyone looks really dirty and greasy. I have a feeling it was Michael Bay. But yeah, I feel like that was pretty pro-war. Like, as in, like, advocating for war.
Yeah.
And like, the military are really good. Let's give them more money.
Yeah, give them everything. Yeah. Take my money. Take my life.
Yeah.
Take my child.
I'm signing up.
We'll do it for free education or college, whatever the fuck they get.
If they did that.
Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah.
Sign me up.
Sign me up. Yeah. If they gave a free gaff out with every, if they like enlisting in the Irish Army,
imagine if
they would have mass enlist. Like, forget about conscription. You'd have mass enlisting. People would be signing up around the block. It'd be great.
The economy would be booming.
Absolutely, yeah.
Do you watch anything?
Yeah, I had a look at this film called I Drink Your Blood.
I'm amazed. I was expecting you to have absolutely nothing on the docket because you were away.
Oh, no. I had a good look at a few films.
Good on you.
I had a look at I Drink Your Blood. It's a 1971 horror film. It's not really very well known.
Is it a vampire film?
No, not really. It's actually based on a true story, one of those things. It's based on the story of which the director read in like a random cutout of a random newspaper about this village in like the mountains of Iran where these rabid wolves broke into a schoolhouse and killed everyone, or infected or killed everyone inside with rabies. So it was like, I think it was like 15 children and like 2 teachers. It's a true story.
That's
apparently. And they all got rabies. And obviously with rabies you die pretty quickly because you have hydrophobia and all that stuff. Like, it's one of the scariest diseases you can get. Thankfully they have a vaccine now. But
what exactly is hydrophobia?
Oh, it's where you're afraid of water. You like, apparently they have a complete aversion to water. You also you have problems swallowing, and you start foaming at the mouth, which is the main thing that people associate with rabies. So you basically go rabid in a literal sense, become an animal.
How long do wolves do we get hydrophobia?
Yeah, we do
What
as well.
happens to like animals though? Because they seem to be kicking around for ages when they got rabies.
I think they have hydrophobia as well.
Mad.
It's just like, because it doesn't take very long. Like, I think even a rabid dog wouldn't survive very long, but it would spend its entire remaining time going around like biting cunts and stuff like that. Just wants to attack people. I'm not entirely sure how it works, but it sounds like a really scary disease.
Yeah, sounds like something I don't want.
Yeah, I don't want to get rabies if I can avoid that. But this guy made a film about it, and because he was like, no one's ever made a film about, like, people have made films about zombies, vampires, all those things, but no one's ever made a film about an epidemic.
The epidemic horror film.
It's an epidemic, yeah. An epidemic. It's like a very small epidemic, enclosed in like this kind of ghost town area. It's like this hippie cult arrives in this very sparsely populated town, which has been kind of industrialized. But it wasn't really an industry town. People just left. People fucked off, and there's loads of empty spaces. So this hippie cult show up. And the hippie cult's modeled after Charles Manson's cult, like the Manson family.
When's this film from?
71. So this is
right.
These are all fresh wounds, you know.
Yeah.
It's like rabies was still like, they don't have a vaccine. If you get bitten by a rabid dog, it's over.
Yeah, you're fucked.
And Charles Manson has just been locked up for killing loads of people. So these were all very fresh in the mind. So that's where all the good horror comes from, you know, things that people can relate to at the very moment. And this film draws on those two things. And the hippie cult, they arrive into town, and they're doing loads of LSD, and they pick all these random gaffs, and they have this charismatic leaders modeled after Manson. And one of the families in the town, they're like, their life is disrupted by the hippie cult. They don't like them. You know, the dirty stinking hippies is the 70s. It's like, you know, you've had your time, get out of here, you know. Kind of Texas Chainsaw kind of vibes. But in this one, the kids are actually the villains. And the granddad of the family goes over complaining to the cult at one point, which is a bad idea. And they spike him with LSD, and he gets all fucked up. And he wanders back to the farmhouse, and the family are like, "Oh, granddad got spiked with LSD," and he's all
shit.
And they refer to it as L. They call it L for some reason. They're like, it makes you crazy, you know. It's kind of a.
Is this a mad conservative film?
Oh yeah. It's kind of, well, like, I wouldn't say that, because the way it's like, it's a horror film, and it's mad. Like, there's loads of sex and stuff in it. So it's not a conservative film, but has like conservative kind of. It's like Halloween. It's like there's like an underbelly there, or the base.
Yeah.
Kind of ideological
The
base
reading.
is that the hippies are the bad guys, and LSD is make you crazy, like all these things. But yeah, they refer to it as L, and it makes Grandpa all crazy. And the grand kid, this little kid, Billy is his name. It's not actually his name, but I can't remember his name. He's really mad about this, as he decides to hatch a revenge plot, because he was out earlier that day and he shot a rabid wolf or rabid dog, and he decides to cut up the dog and feed the hippie cult with its remains or whatever. And so the kid actually carries out the crime, and the entire cult go rabid. And so they're running around the gaff, and they slowly descend into the the stereotypical foaming at the mouth cannibalistic maniacs.
This kid just murdered a bunch of people.
Yeah. It took me a while to cop on that he did it as well. I was like, how did that happen, actually? But we went over with mince pies, basically. He's like, oh, here you go. Because the hippies have no other way to eat.
This kid's fucking evil.
Yeah. And they go mental. And obviously they start killing everybody. And that's basically the entire film. And it's like a kind of a chase sequence, and everyone ends up with these crazy kind of deaths. There's a lot of blood and gore. It's very, very gory film.
Is it?
But like not in like a disturbing way. It's like a 70s like neon, like Dario Argento, like neon red blood kind of way, you know. There's limbs flying off and heads getting cut off. There's machete wielding maniacs and all.
This sounds like a better The Hills of Eyes.
Yeah. I actually would say it's like it isn't as atmospheric, I wouldn't say. Like, there's not really, it is quite low budget. Like, it suffers a bit because of that.
Yeah.
But it is it's a good concept.
Yeah, it sounds like a decent
It
film.
does generate all that the kind of the horror as well. In a silly way, in a silly kind of I don't know what the term is.
Slightly cheesy.
Grindhouse.
Oh yeah.
Grindhouse kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of cheese, silly amount of cheese. And obviously the cops show up at the end of the day. That's ties into the whole concern.
Obviously.
The state arrives and cleans up. The cops just show up and just shoot everybody.
Yeah, as they should.
But then they shoot everyone. They're like, and Billy goes up and he's like, "Oh, I committed an awful crime today," and he's about to like confess. And the cops are like, "Oh, what did you break a window?" And they laugh and like walk away. And then they get in their car and just drive off.
Just leave them there.
They go, yeah, they just leave and all the dead bodies. They just like shot like 20 people. And like this kid,
they didn't even think that anything was wrong. They were just pulling up. Like,
oh, it's so ridiculous how it ends. Yeah, and then it has like a little cool cliffhanger as well at the end, where it's like kind of 70s thing. It's like, oh, it's all
like
returning. It's all it's all returning to normal, or is it?
Yeah.
So it's good. It was just a stupid little film that I decided to watch.
Sounds good though. It sounds like a fun, stupid little film.
It was. I actually think you probably enjoy it. You know, all those kinds of jokes.
Yeah,
cool 70s horror. Silly 70s horror.
Silly 70s horror.
You know?
Silly 70s horror. That's hard to say 3 times fast.
Yeah. Silly 70s Manson rabies horror. It's like it pitches itself.
It does. It makes sense.
Remake this film, please.
Oh yeah.
Remake this.
Yeah, like a pandemic. I wonder, are we gonna get like pandemic horror films?
How would you do that?
Like just a film about like a disease going rabid.
I had World War Z.
Suppose we did. We had
and Contagion.
Did you ever watch Contagion?
Yeah, I remember watching Contagion back when it came out.
I
was like, this is such a boring film. But little did I know, I would be in the film in 10 years' time.
I've heard that before. I've heard it's a mad boring film. But now, if you watch it now, it gets recontextualized.
Yeah, I think I saw it in cinemas as well. I just wasn't the right age probably to watch
Matt
it.
Damon's in that film.
He is, yeah.
Yeah,
I think like Gwyneth Paltrow and stuff.
Yeah,
loads of people are in it.
Yeah, loads. Weird cast is in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, 70s horror, fucking tell you. I'm like nearing the end of Friday the 13th franchise.
Oh, right, yeah.
I'm on number 8 or 9. I'm on 8.
What's 8?
Jason takes Manhattan.
He takes Manhattan?
Yeah.
He floats in.
He just takes it. It's like Muppets Take Manhattan.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, but it's Jason. I don't know which came first. I actually think that Muppets Take Manhattan came out first. That's just coming off the top of my head. I could be wrong there.
Is it any good?
No. Like, yeah, but no. It's like bad good.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like, 1 to 3 are boring slashers. Like, I can't remember anything different about the 3 of those films. 4 is fun. 5 is dog shit.
Which one's 5?
Jason Lives. Or something. It's the one where Jason... It's not even Jason. It's called, it's called The New Beginning or something. And it has just a random medic be the actual killer. Jason isn't actually the killer in that one either. And then 6, which is Jason Lives, is fucking great. It's so good. It starts off with a Jason Bond opening. Like Jason walks like in a little eye. And then he slashes down and goes,
oh, okay.
It's mad cheesy.
Really leaning into it.
Really leaning into it. It's a great time. That's a very good film. 7, there's telekinesis in it. Thumbs up.
Yeah.
And then
he has telekinesis.
No, someone else has telekinesis.
Oh, okay.
The final girl has telekinesis.
All right.
And fights Jason with her telekinesis.
Oh, here.
Yeah.
That's kind of it's like late Halloween franchise vibes. It's like, this person just has telekinesis for some reason.
The best thing is that is halfway through the Friday the 13th franchise.
Halfway.
Yeah. Then we got Jason Takes Manhattan, which is he gets on a boat, he kills a bunch of people, and then he gets onto another boat, a bigger boat, he kills a bunch of people, and he ends up in New York and he just kills a bunch of people.
Yeah. I think I saw that one. That's that's the boat and all.
Yeah.
They're on the boat for a while. Yeah.
They're on the boat for ages. Like, how is Jason not going on an absolute massacre?
Yeah.
The film starts right. That film starts. These two characters speaking together, and one of them goes, "Oh, I'm a bit nervous because of all the murders that took place at Crystal Lake," and then the other character goes, "What murders?" It's like there have been 5 massacres at this
what
place.
Murders? What the hell?
Only one of these films has previously have taken place outside of Camp Crystal
Camp Crystal Lake or whatever. Yeah,
Lake Crystal.
That's like the
Lake Crystal.
It's like in Halloween, the one with Paul Rudd, where the family aren't aware of what happened.
Yeah,
in the house.
How do you not know what happened?
Yeah. Like, you're related to the guy that did this.
The thing is, well, I'm pretty sure they're all from like a local enough school. It's just like, how do you not know about the murders of people that happened your age
While you were
group?
alive. Yeah.
Oh, jeez, it's bad. Yeah. So like, there's parts of that that's like some of the worst fucking characters in any film. But like, Jason is just murking people, but we're not really getting. You don't actually see that many kills. Every time he goes to kill someone, and it's quite fucking annoying. Every time he goes to kill someone, it like flips to their perspective. So like he like picks up, he goes to kill someone with a guitar, and then it cuts and he swings, and then just cuts to black. So you don't actually see. There's like fuck all gore in this film. It's like,
really?
That's like the one thing this franchise is going for it.
Yeah, isn't that the point? Yeah, that's what people watch it.
Like the kills are not good. At least the kills could be good if they saw
if they showed
fucking
it.
anything.
Yeah.
So thumbs down in that regard.
This is a bit dorked.
And then the next one, Jason Goes to Hell.
This also sounds shit.
Oh, it sounds real bad. And then Jason X, where he goes to space.
Yeah.
Which I can't wait to watch that film.
That does sound like a rip-roaring good fun.
Yeah. It's good because after the slog, which is the first 3 films, it's fun.
You get a little treat.
Yeah. It's weird how the franchise got good halfway through and then it's like steeping back down. But down in a way that's very different to the original 3.
Yeah.
Bad for different reasons.
God bless them.
Tell you what's bad for a different reason. The Dark Knight Rises.
Blasphemy.
Rewatched this film on the weekend. First time I've seen this film's 10 years old. This film came out 2012. I saw this film in cinemas.
Same.
Hadn't seen it since. Rewatched it on the weekend.
You've never seen it since?
I hadn't watched it once. I hadn't seen a single clip of this film in 10 years.
What?
Yeah.
How?
Just didn't you?
You just never saw it. It was always on TV.
I just never watched it.
I've seen this loads of times.
And then, finishing off the Batman binge entirely. Watched Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, I didn't realize actually.
Yeah, I watched all the Batman films like the past 2 months. God, this film is a fucking mess.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what the fuck? I was like, yeah, it's a pretty good film. Like, it is like a good film, like technically well made. The plot is a fucking disgrace, man.
The plot is all over the shop. It's very sloppy, very, very sloppy. I will always defend this film, for mainly emotional reasons, and because it's of its lineage, Because I always see it as like a pack, it's like a 3-pack. It's a trilogy. Yeah. It is just the end. It's just a capstone on the trilogy. But yeah, as a standalone film, it's an absolute mess. It's a mess to like a comedic degree. Like the opening scene is one of the worst scenes in any professional production I've ever seen. Like, it's so bad. I
have no idea what's going on in the opening scene.
It's so badly acted. It's so badly written. It's the set piece is very cool. The whole point is...
Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of this film is that, like, the set piece is really cool.
Oh, yeah. They do... Like, the action sequences are very, very cool.
Yeah, that's one thing that improved with each film, because that was one complaint I had about Batman Begins that I forgot to talk about. I think the action in Batman Begins is, for the most part, bad.
Yeah,
Like, there's a fight scene between Liam Neeson, who, like, we can now compare it to Bane, because, like, they're basically tied together.
Ra's al Ghul is a terrible villain, though.
Awful.
He was a shit villain.
Shit villain, but, like, bad action scene. Like, you can't see what the fuck is happening. Action scene in this film and Dark Knight, unreal.
Very good. Yeah. But yeah, the opening scene is just it's a decoy. Bane is intended to be captured.
He's one step ahead of Joker.
Yeah, he does at the start of the film.
Like, I'll get this over with now.
yeah. And he's kidnapping Dr. Pavel, who is with Aidan Gillen's character, CIA.
Yeah.
And they're on the plane. And he's basically just... There's no reason why he needed to do that, but he decided to do it in midair, I suppose. And so when he does like the blood transfusion as well, I never got that until like my 3rd or 4th watch. That's because he's transfusing Dr. Pavel's blood into one of his own minions and leaving that minion on the plane. So when the body is found, they will identify it as Dr. Pavel.
Yeah.
Hopefully they don't look at his teeth or anything else.
Oh,
or
that's
his
what
face.
they're doing.
Yeah. So then he takes Pavel with it.
Nothing else. Not fingerprints, not nothing. Just the blood.
Just blood from his arm specifically. And the other place as well. They'll be like, this guy is not Dr. Pavel. But and then he kidnaps Dr. Pavel and everyone thinks he's dead.
Man, you're after, like, the fact that you said that he didn't need to do this thing in air, I was like, yeah, because he was captured by people that handed him over with Dr. Pavel? Like, Dr. Pavel came over. Was it just to make them think that Dr. Pavel was dead? Because Bane walks onto the plane after someone hands over Dr. Pavel and is like, here's 3 of the men that were part of Bane's group. They obviously know that Bane is one of them.
Yeah, they're also Bane's minions.
But why is he doing that? He already has Dr. Pavel.
I've absolutely no idea, to be honest. I think it's just for to get them off his back, you know. Because if he stages the plane crash, then they'll assume that Dr. Pavel is dead and that there's no need to go after Bane again, necessarily, because they're not sure what his plan is at this stage.
But even he's like, oh yeah, they're expecting a body in the crash. It's like, how do you explain that, like, the wings are like
the wings came
a
off
kilometer behind where the fucking half of the plane lands.
Yeah, the fucking air crash investigation episode would be like, this makes absolutely no sense.
Mysterious plane crash is never explained.
Yeah, Dr. Pavel was in the wreckage, but it was a completely different guy.
Yeah, he looks completely different.
Yeah, it's so convoluted, and it's so... Yeah, it's very convoluted, but it's also so badly acted. And none of it makes any...
Bane's voice is a fucking problem.
Bane's voice is way, way too loud. It's way too high in the mix. Like, Aidan Gillen's talking, and he's shouting, because it's like, they're in an airplane.
And the door is open.
They've opened the door. He also shoots out the door when he's trying to threaten the person, which doesn't make any sense. And he's shouting, and because the door is open and they can't hear each other. And then Bane just comes in, and he's just talking like this, but he's way louder than everyone else.
Because he doesn't. Why would a man shoot a man before he's about to throw out the plane?
Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah.
But it's like, how can you hear him?
How can you hear?
He's just talking in a normal voice.
He must have some kind of projector in his little box.
The mask actually projects.
Yeah. Why does he wear the mask? It's to project my voice.
You're halfway across the room, and I'm barely talking.
I wonder if the mics is even going to pick that up.
Yeah. But yeah, they should not. They should have left the original audio. I know people complained about that, but fuck them. I don't care.
Yeah, fuck you.
Fuck them.
Fuck test audiences. Don't believe them.
They're idiots. They get the dumbest people in the world to watch these films, and they're like, oh yeah, we'll take on board everything they've said and just completely massacre this film, you know.
Why not just give them subtitles?
Yeah, well, every film should have subtitles.
Keep the normal voice. Just give Bane subtitles.
Yeah. Well, fuck the people who can't hear it. Just leave it. They get the gist. That scene doesn't make any sense anyway. I don't think anyone in the world got that scene.
What was the point of the scene?
I don't think anyone in the world got that at first watch.
No.
You know? So it doesn't matter if you could hear what he was saying or not.
Second watch, like, literally, after that scene ended, my mom turned to me and was like, what happened in that scene?
Yeah.
I was like, I have absolutely no idea.
Yeah. I didn't get it till like 3 or 4 times after watching it.
It's like Inception, man. You gotta watch it 3 times to understand what's happening.
Yeah, like compared that to Inception, it's like such a well put together film. This thing is all over the shop. But I would still defend it.
Yeah, everything is so convoluted. Every explanation to what is going on is like, what is going? Like, I just can't follow this film.
Yeah,
and there's too much in this film. There's way too much. Like, why is Catwoman in this film?
'Cause she's hot, man. Also, why does she sit on the bike like that? She's sticking her ass up.
You know.
It's very sexist.
It's like, damn, Anne Hathaway's packing. Didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like...
And you see Batman going by, I'm like, damn, Christian Bale is packing.
Yeah, because he used to... Yeah.
Get rid of the cape, bro.
Yeah, bro. Forget about that.
Get rid
show
of the cape.
Those off.
Get rid of the cape. Show the cake.
Yeah. But, Catwoman has no need.
No need. She is good though as well. That's what I'm like that's the annoying part about it.
She's alright.
I actually think Anne Hathaway is a pretty decent Catwoman
compared to a lot of those
for that
characters.
First scene especially.
Compared to like something like Harvey Dent, which is probably like a analogous kind of like role.
I thought you were going to say a Nazi.
A Nazi. Well, he basically was a Nazi. He's fascist. But which is like a similar role in the Dark Knight.
Yeah,
she was definitely better than him.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, she's all right. But like, just cut her out.
It's
Forget
more
about
so
her.
the first scene where she's going around as like a caterer, or whatever the fuck her word is.
A maid
basically.
She's in that little outfit.
And she rocks upstairs, and then Christian Bale's like, "Oh, you took my necklace," basically. And then when she instantly changes into like, "Damn, like you caught me,"
Yeah.
but she's being like kind of like flirting. It's like I'm in control of the situation still. I was like, yeah, that's Catwoman. That's Catwoman. That was a nice little switch at Anne Hathaway. Anne Hathaway, good actor. But yeah, Bane as a whole is also wasted because it turns out the League of Shadows is back. It's like you already had Catwoman and you had Bane, and that was already somehow too much for this film. You don't need to add in something else.
Yeah, no, I just hate Talia. She's the shittest.
Talia and Ra's al Ghul, the worst things.
Ra's al Ghul was a
Dark Knight
shit
trilogy.
villain. They should have known that. Like you have Ra's al Ghul, and then you have the Joker, which is the best comic book villain of all time. Like Nolan himself, like he would have been fucking, wanking off to like all his fucking Oscars and stuff after 2008.
Yeah.
He would have known. Everyone liked the Joker. No one liked fucking Liam Neeson and the League of Shadows. Don't go back to that. Don't go back to that storyline. Maybe to tie it in, like Bane is already a part of the League of Shadows. That's established straight away. That's perfectly fine. Bane is a good villain. He's done very, very well in the film. Like he's really menacing, and Tom Hardy does a great job somehow.
Just without the voice.
Oh, the voice. I like the voice.
You like the voice?
I love the voice.
Are you kidding me?
Well,
No.
I don't like how it's mixed.
Yeah, the mixing. No.
But I like it.
Yeah, that's
I'm
fine.
Bane. Yeah,
It's the way that it's mixed.
How did he come up with that?
No idea.
Because
I'm looking at this like, geez, Tom Hardy's fucking jacked as well.
he is, yeah.
Tom Hardy's a big fucking, can be a big dude.
Yeah, but
How tall is Tom Hardy actually?
he's quite small.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
He was on the stage for most of the film.
Christian Bale is also very small. Or not? Yeah, Christian Bale is also pretty short.
He's a lot taller than Tom Hardy.
Christian Bale. All right, let's find this out now. Height. Christian Bale is. Oh yeah, he is taller than Tom Hardy. Jeez, whatever way they did it, Tom Hardy looks like 2 foot bigger than
He
him.
looks like 6'6", yeah. But yeah, Bane's great. Bane is great. But then the whole Talia thing, even Talia before it's revealed who exactly she is I'm like, she's so fucking annoying. I also don't like that actress. I find her really annoying. I don't like her in anything.
Antoinette, whatever the fuck.
Marion Cotillard.
Cotillard,
Yeah.
Antoinette.
Yeah. But like,
just pick the one French woman name that I knew.
yeah, but like even another thing about bad acting, the end of the film, because she's an Oscar-winning actress. She's an amazing actress.
That scene where she's dying.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Every person in that scene has an Oscar.
Yeah, and that's one of the worst. That's like comparable to the opening scene in terms of like, it is so badly acted. It's so badly like how is she dying? It's not even established. She's just lying in the cab. And she just goes limp.
She looks like she's been shot, but it's like you just had you had a bad car crash.
Yeah,
but like
you fell kind of in a
way-
huge armored truck.
you don't look injured at all.
Yeah, she doesn't look injured at all, and she's like, I am dying, and she just falls limp.
Yeah.
Whatever she says, and she just falls limp, and it's the worst acting I've ever seen.
Yeah,
it's
bad.
so bad.
It's real bad.
It's so bad. She's a terrible character.
She's a terrible character. League of Shadows, don't bring that shit back into this one.
No way.
A problem I had with Cillian Murphy and Scarecrow was that League of Shadows just overtook that. I was like, but Cillian Murphy, Scarecrow, like I wanted that more. And then this one, same thing again. League of Shadows comes in and it's like, you liked Bane? Well, we're here to ruin him.
yeah. Because like, it would be perfectly fine if he was just a merc.
Yeah,
you
if
know?
he was just a merc, just have him, like, I don't know why they had it as like, they could have just not had the kid Rose from the Hole. They could have just had, Bane was this fucking jack dude who was mental and he just climbed up that thing. No bother.
That should have been what it was.
Yeah.
Like, there's no need for a twist. No one was expecting a twist. That doesn't mean you need a twist. That means because like people wanted what they were expecting in that, because there's no need to have a switcheroo there, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like Bane's this mental cunt. He's mysterious. No one knows where he came from.
But there's like just enough to understand how he is.
Exactly. Yeah. Bruce is down there in the prison, and it's like you're not sure what exactly is going on, where he is, but you just know it's fucked, and all the people around here are fucked, and they're all afraid of Bane, because Bane is like this mysterious character who climbed.
He's like
apparently climbed the wall. You know.
He's like Bane could be comparable to the Judge character in Blood Meridian.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Very, very mysterious. And even you could even leave the League of Shadows thing in. You just Talia herself is the problem. League of Shadows is fine. You know, Bane was that line's like, I am the League of Shadows.
Yeah.
Like that whole scene where he's like fighting.
Like, I've taken this on. Yeah,
he is the League of Shadows. It doesn't matter. Ra's al Ghul is gone, but that scene in the sewer, that is an amazing sequence, which they completely ball. You know, because it's set up perfectly. Like that whole lead up as well, where Catwoman's leading him through the sewers, and they have like the the fight sequence where it's lit up by the bullets, which they reproduced
Yeah,
in the Batman. It's very, very
real good.
And then they get into the sewers, and then you have a twist where Catwoman has betrayed Batman.
Yeah.
Very, very good. And then you have the ultimate fight scene between Batman and Bane, where Bane breaks his back, rips off his cape, breaks his mask. Like that's
great.
That's incredible stuff. But then they rip it all out.
Yeah.
They rip it all out. Like, leave the twists. It's perfect as it is. It's perfect as it is.
Even just as we're talking about, it was like, yeah, Bane was the League of Shadows. That like completely defeats the point of Liam Neeson and like Ra's al Ghul's whole thing. Is like, you need to be more than a man. You need to be a message, or you need to be a symbol. So you need to be a symbol, and a symbol can live on. And like that's the whole thing. Like Bane can just like become the League of Shadows, but in this, it's actually like, nah, his daughter took her rightful throne as the head of the League of Shadows. And it's like, so the League of Shadows aren't the symbol. They're not what Ra's al Ghul described and taught Batman to be. They're just a gang.
Yeah. It's a bit shit.
That's shit.
Yeah.
That like completely defeats the purpose of like that whole
I honestly think if you remove Talia, this film, pretty much all the problems with the film come out.
Well, except
get removed.
It has some of the worst politics in any superhero film.
Well, that's sort of The Dark Knight, but that's an amazing film.
But this is way worse. This thing doubles down on it.
Oh yeah. But this is the politics are terrible, but it's the same politics as it's had through the entire thing. Like Bruce Wayne is a fascist. You know? He's a right wing, far right billionaire. We have to accept that. You're still rooting for him because he's like, this guy's a fucking badass. He's Batman.
I feel like this one is the worst for it because like.
The Occupy stuff,
the Occupy Wall Street stuff, the whole Bane's like message of like taking it back for the people, all this corruption, the rich, they've done nothing for us. His army was formed from like orphans who couldn't get a job in Gotham, and there's absolutely no support system, so they had to go down into the sewers. That is that's the army that like takes over Gotham. And the entire, like, immediately, Jim Gordon's like, well, we're going to have to get an army of cops to beat the shit out of these people.
That is
like,
the stupidest thing. There's another extremely stupid plot point in the film. It's like, let's send down all the cops we have into the sewers. All the cops. Into the sewers which they control.
Yeah.
And
nothing can go wrong here.
Yeah, they don't have guns either. It's like, just send them down. See what happens.
Like, and even at the end of the film, like, the Harvey Dent Act, that whole thing of, like, they just imprisoned loads of people, like, mass incarceration, that is barely critiqued. That whole idea, the problem that people have with that act is that Gordon and Batman lied about the truth of who Harvey Dent is, not the mass incarceration.
Oh yeah,
that's all fine, but it's the fact that it's based off a lie.
yeah. Well, there's an implied critique, but like there's also
it does not go into it.
Yeah, it's just implied, but it's also there's implied critique of Batman himself. Or Bruce Wayne for not investing, and the critique itself of like, you know, Bane does have a point, and the film doesn't shy away from that. It's like there's a reason he's able to gain power, and you know, even the assault on Wall Street, like it's not a terribly villainous scene. Like you do kind of root for him because like all these horrible bankers and stuff are like, oh, what is this guy shaking up things on the stock exchange? But yeah, like the end of the film just kind of solidifies that like. The point isn't that we need to change things in Gotham to the extent that a Bane can't rise again, but that things just need to go back to the way they were.
The way they were
Batman just needs to kind of stand above everything and pull the strings so that the things don't go too wrong, you know?
Yeah.
Put everyone back in power as they were. Keep things nice and orderly, you know? Kill a few corrupt people. But, there's no kind of... general critique. The politics is like absolutely far right. You know?
Like watching it is like, this is actually shocking. Like,
but you have to
the politics
appreciate
is so fucking bad.
You have to still appreciate it, you know.
Man, I get it. I genuinely think that this is, for me, this is the third worst Batman film.
The third worst.
Yeah, the third worst.
Like what's below it?
Batman Forever and Batman and Robin and Batman Forever being the worst two.
Yeah, I have to disagree. I'd say this is the third. No way.
If you say third best, man, I'm gonna come across at you so fast.
It is either the third or the fourth best.
What the fuck?
I'm laying my cards on the table. It's the third or the fourth best Batman film. It's better than Tim Burton's Batman. Better than any of those old ones.
Why?
It just is. It's better action.
We have spent like 20 minutes critiquing this film heavily and saying not many positive things. And like, yeah, it's the third best Batman film.
It is. Well, to be fair, those films aren't very good to begin with.
I think Batman, the original Batman, is better than this.
I could see how you'd say that, but I also completely disagree. I don't like that film at all.
That's funny.
I just don't like it. But Batman or Dark Knight Rises, it's like pile of shit. It's a complete car crash of a film.
It's like, but it's a really good blockbuster action.
It is, it's a good blockbuster
if you don't think,
action.
if you literally do not think about anything,
it's
a fun time.
I think that's what I did when I first saw it in the cinema. I didn't realize what was actually going on really, and it was only after watched it a few more times I was like, yeah, this opening scene actually is the opening scene really just defines this film for me. It literally doesn't make any sense. It's still not really clear why it happens or what's he doing.
Even there's loads of continuity errors in the film as well. Like I was just I was looking on Letterboxd and I was reading someone's review, and I only afterwards was like, yeah, that did happen. Like when they rob Wall Street and they take when Bane and all his goons rob Wall Street and they take people hostage, it's like 3-4 o'clock in the day.
Oh yeah. It switches to night straight away.
It switches to pitch black nighttime.
Batman comes out. It's like, oh yeah, you gotta turn off the lights.
And we were saying it because they go through a tunnel and Batman has this gun thing that shoots off all the electrics.
That's so cool.
It's such a cool idea.
Yeah, Batman Returns.
Yeah,
that's
great,
a great
return.
Great return.
But when that happens, my dad was like, no, did Batman not use a gun and turn off all the lights? It's like, yeah, they did, but then they leave the tunnel and it's nighttime.
Yeah, it's fully nighttime, unless it's just a very long tunnel.
A very long tunnel.
But I noticed that as well.
Yeah,
but that's so stupid.
It was only after I read it, I was like, I did notice that, but subconsciously.
yeah.
There's a few bits like that in the film.
There's a lot of things like that.
Yeah, on the plot, this plot holes out the fucking wazoo.
Even the whole nuke thing is so stupid.
The nuke is watching it this time. I was like, okay, now I understand that he's part of the League of Shadows. I don't think I understood that the first time watching it because I think I hadn't seen Batman Begins in years, so I was like, I don't remember any of that. So in this one, it's like, oh yeah, League of Shadows. Like, okay, now I understand that Bane is his whole plan was to do this. I understand that it wasn't because when people describe it like, oh yeah, and Bane's gonna nuke the place for no reason. It's like, well, he's gonna nuke it because that's his plan all along. It's not at the end of his plan. But that whole thing is just fucking stupid. It's a way to critique the Bane's political.
Oh yeah, it's a way to just discredit Bane, but it's also a way to because a guy is just basically annexed Chicago. Yeah, you know the analogy or the equivalent of Chicago in that universe. And there's no military presence, but only because he has a nuke and he threatens to set it off if they move over the bridge. Yeah, if the nuke isn't there, then it's why aren't the military just invading? Yeah. You know? That's what I saw. I actually also.
But that also is the reason. Yeah.
I didn't I also thought it was just Bane just for no reason. It's I'm going to nuke Gotham, but yeah, actually does have it. He does have a reason. That is his plan. But it is also
is stupid.
You could have just done something else. Yeah. Really, that is so stupid. And Batman having to go off, fly up, because the series is so kind of it attempts to be grounded. Realistic, gritty Batman. But it's still, at the end of the day, the series does end with Batman flying off in a Batcopter with the fucking nuke.
The Batcopter's really cool, though.
Yeah, it is very cool, with a fucking nuclear bomb strapped to it. And it's this is
and he escapes a nuclear bomb.
This is just absolutely... How does he escape? This is just absolutely ridiculous.
Even when the bomb goes off, it's are all those people still not absolutely fucked? Because they're about to get blasted by radiation now.
Man, if you just gone straight up, if you're so smart, you should have just gone straight up. And if you blow it up in the atmosphere, they used to do nuclear tests in the atmosphere. If you blow it up at a certain height, it doesn't make any effect. I saw that.
Best detective in the world. Don't think so.
Cinema Sins. Think about it, Batman. But best detective in the world, exactly. Yeah,
I think so.
But
you're after Gotham's still fucked now. It's like Chernobyl. Everyone's gonna have fucking radiation poisoning.
Yeah, and he's gone off on holiday.
Yeah, he's talking I'm off to Italy.
He's off to Italy with Anne Hathaway. Everyone's dying of radiation poisoning.
It's I'll set up a boys' home. Peace.
Yeah, I saved Gotham. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I we were saying this just before the podcast. The way that you could have ended the series is that you just don't show Christian Bale actually sitting there with Anne Hathaway at the end of the film.
Way, way better. Yeah, if you just have the whole. The fact that Joseph Gordon-Levitt's supposed to be Robin, that's very kind of very on the nose, a bit silly, but you can excuse it.
That character is so poorly written.
He's quite annoying. He's so annoying. And
I forgot that he was in it until now. Yeah, they have Robin. There's too much going on in this film.
Yeah, Robin's just kind of thrown in there. But that whole lead up where they're trying to like organize his will and stuff, and they set up the orphanage, and then Michael Caine fucks off to Italy or whatever.
Florence.
Yeah, Florence. Yeah. And like he smiles. Yeah, but you're saying they already have the implication that Batman is alive.
Because like just beforehand, there's like, oh yeah, the autopilot actually does work, and it's like because they're talking to Morgan Freeman, and he's just like, oh, I didn't install it. It's like, oh yeah, it said that it was installed by Bruce Wayne, like the autopilot works. And it's like you have that. It's like the autopilot works. You get Michael Caine, you get him smiling off into the distance. Cut
to black.
But what we get is Michael Caine looks up, smiles. Cut to Christian Bale and Anne Hathaway. He looks, they glance away, and then it cuts back to Michael Caine. He just smiles and he just gets up and walks away.
Yeah,
it's like dog shit.
Yeah, it's
like it was so
like,
easy.
We get it. You know. Yeah, I think it's just it could have been the test audiences again.
Yeah, because like another thing,
that seems like a really obvious.
Well, one thing
that
I remember hearing about the film is like, the ambiguous ending as to whether or not Bruce Wayne's alive. And it's like, no, he's explicitly alive.
Who says that?
I remember seeing that at the time, being like, is Bruce Wayne actually alive at the end, or is it like Michael Caine, dreaming or whatever? It's like, it literally told you the scene, literally 2 seconds beforehand, that the autopilot works.
Yeah, I never doubted that.
Yeah.
See, it would have been better if people were questioning that.
Yeah, that's what you'd want.
Was he alive? Even if they didn't include that shot, he still is obviously alive.
Mm-hmm.
But at least there's a bit of mystique.
Yeah, a little bit.
Bit of mystique. Maybe he's dead.
Maybe he is dead.
Maybe he died.
Oh yeah, still the best Batman trilogy.
Yeah, there's only one Batman trilogy.
Yeah, that's why the previous one was the best Batman quadrilogy.
Yeah. That's true.
It's like rewatching these films. I'm amazed at how pro cop this trilogy is. Like Robin being a cop is like the entire thing.
Oh yeah, well Batman's a billionaire. Like,
he's a billionaire cop.
He's a billionaire vigilante who doesn't play by the rules,
the
laws. He's above the law.
He's above everyone.
He's a fascist superhero, but we have to accept that.
One that I enjoy.
One that I very much enjoy.
Very much enjoy. We go for a break.
Let's do it. And now for our recommended film of the 2 weeks.
I do that every time as well.
Of the week, yeah.
I mean to go. I mean to say the week, and then I just don't.
I faltered there.
Will we change it to weekly?
I feel like we're already run out of films.
Yes.
We couldn't do weekly.
Yeah, no, we couldn't.
We'd just be recommending shit films.
Yeah.
That no one would watch.
No one watches the films.
I was about to say that. I didn't want to say it. No one watches it anyway, but at least there's the pretense that they could watch it.
Yeah.
But Raging Bull. This is our recommended film. A 1981 or 1980, depending on where you were. American film directed by Martin Scorsese, starring Bob De Niro, also Joe Pesci, and a few other heads. And it is the story of a middleweight ascending through the ranks to achieve his first shot at a boxing title. But his personal life, laden with paranoia, jealousy, and rage, scuttles his professional growth.
The story of Jake LaMotta. I'm amazed it didn't
He was a contender.
Raging Bull. The story of Jake LaMotta.
Yeah, it should have been.
That's what that film would be called if it came out now.
Yeah, they tried to make a second one, and it got canned. Like the producers of this sued them because they were trying to call it Raging Bull 2. It was a whole different production company and all. So they eventually decided not to get sued, and they called it the Bronx Bull, which is an alternative name for the real Jake LaMotta, who actually was a real guy. This is all based on a true story.
I was thinking, I've heard of that film.
The Bronx Bull?
Yeah, I think it came up on Letterboxd underneath Raging Bull.
Yeah, it's the same guy, but it's more focused on after he, he fell, his fall from grace, whatever grace he had.
Whatever. Yeah. Even at the high, I'm just like, oh, this is not even a high. Like.
Yeah. That's the thing I didn't know about this film, that like, it is basically just a story about a really bad guy.
It's about toxic masculinity.
It is. It's literally just about toxic masculinity. It's a biopic about a complete piece of shit who you cannot possibly have any sympathy for.
There is absolutely no sympathy towards this character.
Yeah, he's one of the most unlikable protagonists I've ever seen in any film.
Yeah.
Um,
Like, even at the start,
he has
like,
no redeeming qualities whatsoever.
yeah, even at the start, you're like, it immediately starts with him, like, abusing his wife.
Yeah, he just beats women. He's a paedophile. He's he's prone to outbursts. He's very, very aggressive, very insecure. You know, he's very, very. He's just a very, very angry little man who basically just stays that way. There's no character arc at all. He blames everyone else for his life being shit
until the end, where he's just like, stupid, stupid, stupid.
But even at the end,
oh yeah, but then at the end it's just like, after prison, he's like, oh, he's okay again.
Yeah. Even at the end, he does the famous monologue from On the Waterfront by Brando.
Yeah,
where he's like,
he's blaming his brother.
He's like, I could have been a contender. He's like, it wasn't me, it was you, Charlie, or whatever his brother's name is.
You did this to me.
You did this to me. So he's just like, he has learned by the end of the film, to cut to the chase. I just finished this very quickly. No, but like we'll talk about the film. But like, yeah, by the end of the film, he's learned absolutely nothing.
Yeah,
and that's, I'm pretty sure, the point. This guy actually only died recently as well. He died in 2017. Jake LaMotta.
How?
Yeah, I don't know how, because like, I feel like boxers died pretty early. He would have been like late 80s. I'm just gonna check here, based on the story.
Because according to this, he was boxing in the 40s.
Yeah. He died at the age of 95. Sorry, he died at the age of 95. His brother also died at the age of 95 last year. So Joe Pesci's character in this.
Joe Pesci's character is also a piece of shit.
yeah. He's just like slightly less of a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, he only died recently.
How the fuck did this dude live to the age of 95? Yeah. Like, I'm watching this film, and I'm watching him taking these massive shots to the head, like on purpose, wanting the person to hit him and knock him out. Because that's like that one thing, like, even when he eventually loses the world title, it's like, you didn't knock me down.
Yeah.
And I didn't even have my hands up or anything. I was holding onto the ropes. You couldn't even knock me down.
He doesn't go down.
I'm like, you might not have gone down, but man, your brain is fried.
Yeah, he took heavy XP damage.
And he dies at the age of 95.
he lived nearly to 100 years old.
Like, even if I don't think that happened in real life, but regardless, the dude was a boxer.
Yeah, he was a boxer.
Took shots to the head.
Yeah, he was known for being a really dirty fighter.
You can tell.
He was not a particularly big puncher, but he would subject his opponents to vicious beatings in the ring with his use of constant stalking, brawling, and inside fighting. He developed a reputation of being a bully, what is often referred to today as a swarmer and a slugger in boxing. I don't know what those words mean, but it means that he was a pretty rough,
It means he was a dickhead in the ring.
Pretty rough guy. Yeah, the film though. The film is very dark. Very dark.
Very dark.
It's all in black and white as well. It was supposed to be Scorsese's last film. So he spent ages editing it and sort of putting it together very meticulously, because the backstory is that Scorsese had just come off a drug overdose, a cocaine overdose, in like the late 70s.
Had he made anything at that stage?
Scorsese?
Yeah.
He made Taxi Driver. He made loads of stuff. He was
made Taxi Driver.
He was already world famous as one of the best directors in the world.
I'm forgetting, this is the 80s. Yeah.
So like this was supposed to be his last film, because
he'd done King of Comedy and everything. Like,
he'd done everything, yeah. And he'd been offered, because this is based on the book, LaMotta's book, or his memoir, which he published in 1970. And it had been presented to Scorsese before, but he wasn't interested because he never cared about sports. And the story didn't speak to him or whatever. But then he had his overdose, and he started to relate to LaMotta in terms of just the punishing extent he would go to in pursuit of excellence or whatever. But also, obviously, doing that trying to fill a hole. Yeah. Sort of shore up some huge personal flaws and insecurities that he has, which he's not able to come to terms with. So Scorsese saw doing a film as the same as being in the ring for LaMotta, So this was intended to be his last film, because he didn't want to do films anymore because it was too intense. Basically, he couldn't hack the heat, and he was doing loads of drugs and stuff like that. Bob De Niro was like, oh, I'll be LaMotta as well. I'll hop on board, man.
I think they're my favorites.
Duo, yeah.
Duo.
They're a great duo. They're made for each other.
Yeah, they are.
But because he visited Scorsese in hospital and he's like, let's do this. And in preparation for the role, De Niro trained with LaMotta himself for like 6 months.
And he got fucking jacked.
He got absolutely jacked. And LaMotta trained him to the point where he actually did fight a few, like, they were amateur fights, but they were still like competitive fights. And he won like 4 out of 6 or something like that.
Fair play to him.
So he trained De Niro to the extent that he felt that if he put him in a professional setting, that he could actually hold his own. Which isn't really worth it in the sense that the film doesn't have.
It's not a boxing movie.
There's no attempt in the film to have any kind of realistic depiction of boxing itself.
Absolutely not at all.
It's extremely stylized.
Like,
yeah.
it's extremely stylized. Like, the whole way that the ring, the whole way that the ring is lit up, like an altar or something like that.
Yeah,
like something divine about the boxing ring.
Yeah, and
in a really twisted way because who's in it.
Yeah, every fight has a different style to it as well.
Yeah,
a different way of approaching the perspectives. That's all it is. It's all very perspective based as well. It's not like Rocky where it's like huge, crazy colors and you're rooting for this guy and it's pulling back and it's showing the action. It's like zooming in on the punches. It's just like almost like reverse shot. It's all black and white and you barely hear the crowd. It's just this guy getting absolutely pummeled or absolutely pummeling someone else.
Yeah, viciously.
Yeah,
like when he fights that guy, the young guy that his wife had said,
the pretty boy, yeah,
he's a pretty boy. Like, you're like, oh fucking hell.
he goes for the face, and
literally the guy goes, "You ain't pretty no more."
yeah. Like the guy was cruel, like extremely insecure. Also for the role, this is one of the first cases of the kind of something that's very common these days, where the actor transformation for the role, because by the end of the film, kind of like the descent in LaMotta's career, when his downfall or whatever, he gets fat, he retires, he gets fat, loads of other things happen, and his life basically falls apart. But De Niro actually put on the 60 pounds to portray. There's a point where he's standing in the phone booth.
I don't think the facial makeup is great.
Oh, it's not, no.
But like the body is.
But the body is
the body's real.
The body's just real, yeah. There's a point where he's standing in the phone booth and he's trying to gather $10K to pay off some debts that he has, and he's talking to the wife, I think, or his accountant or something like that. And you could just see like
his stomach's just hanging.
His belly's just hanging out, and his like the buttons on his shirt are just like bursting. They're about to burst at the seams. They're about to shoot off and hit someone in the eye. But like it's very impressively done. But it's a very grim film. It's extremely grim. There's no light side. There's no upside.
There's nothing funny in this film because it's just like, here's a portrayal of real bad toxic masculinity, and the fella is a complete piece of shit. Because even like when he's not yelling at someone or like literally beating the shit out of someone in a boxing ring, or also in real life, like in real life outside of the ring, he has this thing. And De Niro this is like one of the great performances, I do think. Like De Niro, the way that he, like, you can tell at him, like, just by the look on his face, he's gonna like, the people in the room are now in trouble.
yeah.
Like he just has this look, and then he asked him a question like, where were you? And it's just like, oh, he's gone.
Yeah.
Like, there's no
getting him back from that.
Yeah,
he's in his rut.
Yeah, he's in the zone now. He's going for the attack, and there's nothing that you can say that can fix this. Yeah,
he's so insecure. His wife just talks to random people at a different table. He's like, "Are you fucking that guy? You sucking that guy's cock?" It's like he's ready to explode at any moment. I thought it was going to be a case, like, I didn't know all these things about the film going in. I thought it was going to be the case where this guy is like really flawed character, and he has problems, he has anger issues, but he's a working class guy, he's trying to make his way to the top. But then, like, at some point during one of like the 5-minute long wife beating sequences, I just realized that there's no like coming back. Like, this guy is just a piece of shit, and like he's just like, there's no redemption for the character. The point of the film is that this guy is just
irredeemable.
Like, he's irredeemably lost, and there's something like fundamentally flawed with his soul or something like that,
which is somewhat human, which is why I guess so like Scorsese's could relate to him.
Yeah,
because like not that I can relate to Jake LaMotta at all, but the idea of like getting like striving for perfection and it like just costing everything.
Yeah, but like not in like the general sporting movie sense where it's like
No.
he put it all on the line to save his family to get the championship or whatever like that. So he just put like his dignity and like all his friends and his loved ones on the line to get something that he didn't even particularly enjoy.
Yeah.
You know, just for kicks. You know, it's like a nihilistic kind of film maybe.
Yeah.
It's either that or it's just a fucking diss track against Jake LaMotta.
It's like Jake LaMotta's calling you out. You're a fucking asshole.
Yeah, which it can't be because he literally trained Robert De Niro in preparation for the role. But at the same time, it kind of been nice to live for 40 years after Martin Scorsese made one of the greatest films of all time, which basically portrayed you as being a completely irredeemable piece of shit, a pedophile, misogynist wife beater who no one likes and who had no friends.
Homophobe, racist, he's everything.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. He
is
everything.
everything.
He's not. He turns into he tries his hand at a comedy at the end. He becomes
so
a comic,
bad.
and he's extremely bad at that as well. He just fails at everything in life, and it's kind of funny, but it's also just like really, really bleak.
It's so bleak because like he's hurting people as well. Like that's like the film doesn't shy away from the fact that he is harming everyone around him.
Yeah, he's the villain.
Yeah, he's it's not an anti-hero.
Yeah.
He's the villain.
Yeah. It's the first film that I've seen really where there's like no there is no conventional arc. Like there's no character development at all. Like it just follows a guy who is a villain, and
we know nothing about it, like his backstory or anything.
No, it's just like from point A to B, his boxing career. He hits the heights, he reaches the lows, he retires, everything goes to shite, and he never learns anything at any point.
Yeah, even like even his highest moment of like winning the world title, the scene where we see him relaxing outside of boxing is the scene where he asks his brother, "Did you fuck my wife?"
Yeah,
and like
yeah,
that's
yeah.
that's like the pivotal scene in the film. Like we're like everything's going downhill. The high is a high for one scene, and then it's no longer a high. We're down into the pits again.
Yeah. Even when towards the end, and he gets brought to jail at some point. It's in 1957, so it's like long after he's retired and stuff. And it's been established that he's like basically pimping out underage women.
He's Jeffrey Epstein in him.
Yeah. It's really bleak. But yeah, he gets brought to jail at one point, and it's like a low. It's like the low for him. You know, like that's like the all is lost point in the script. In a normal script anyway, and he's in the cell and he's like, why?
Yeah, I thought the film was gonna end at that stage.
Yeah, I thought
we hit pause because my mum was like, I need to pee, and there was 15 minutes left.
Yeah. I thought there was gonna be some kind of like maybe he cleans himself up and he's like he realizes what's gone wrong, but he's literally just saying he's like why? It's like, well, man, you're a pedophile, fucking rapist, horrible person. That's why
abusive.
But like he's just like crying into the void. He's literally just feeling sorry for himself.
Yeah,
there's no kind of self-reflection or anything. And then
no thought for those girls that he just sold off.
Yeah. It's fucking dark.
It's so grim.
Yeah, this is not a good vibe film.
It's not a good vibe film, but this is a good film.
It's a very, very well made film.
Very good. It's like
extremely well acted. Like
I had this weird thing with the film though, where like for the first hour I was like into it, but I wasn't really into it. I was like, yeah, it's good, but like if it keeps up like this, like, But then around the hour mark, just after the hour mark, I was just like, this film is after shifting into something else, and it's not going the way that I thought it was going. I think because the first half is kind of conventional, and you think you know where it's going, but then it just doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't have an arc.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be. It was like an art house Rocky. I thought it was going to be something like that.
Yeah.
It's like it just gives up on the whole boxing thing about halfway in, and it's just a character study in a very sad, lonely man.
There's fuck all boxing in this film.
Yeah, there is. There's barely any boxing,
and any bit of boxing is not glorifying it at all because the way that it's shot, it's like this isn't like sportsman like. This is a very angry man taking out his anger on someone else. Yeah,
it's just vicious street fighting.
Yeah. I always love when I watch a Scorsese film, like, there's someone from The Sopranos.
yeah, man. Yeah, Phil Leotardo is, what's his name in this film? He's, anyway, he's his rival. he's not even his rival. He's just a guy that he thinks is fucking his wife. I don't know if he is.
He's not. I think he's just a mate.
He's just a guy.
He's
yeah.
just a guy, and he's like, "You're fucking my wife." And it's like,
"You're fucking my wife."
I think it's because we're meant to be in I was gonna say Travis Bickle in Jake LaMotta's mind. You might think like, he is fucking his wife. It's like, but the whole point is, no, he's not. Like, this is just his paranoia speaking.
Yeah. He's just like, he just blames him. He just blames everyone around him, and he's like so you know, he has the whole thing as well where he's like he like lusts, like he's married at the start, and he lusts after this 15-year-old girl who he sees at a pool.
How old she was?
Yeah, she was 15 years old, and that was real as well.
How old was he at that time?
He was 25 or something. He was around that because he was born in 1921.
Grim.
So, not good. Not a good look, Jake. But yeah, and then he gets with her, and he starts, or no, he marries her. But obviously marrying her, you know, he's got the thing in his hands. In his mind anyway. But now he's like fuck her. She's a slut. She's a whore. Because it's always a case he wants what he can't have. He wants the perfect virgin, kind of like.
And then he resents her.
Yeah, then he resents her because like he knows that she doesn't want to be with him because he knows he's a piece of shit.
Yeah, their date and like them having sex, that scene makes way more sense now that like she's underage. Because I was like, why is she acting like this? I was so confused. Like,
she's only a teenager.
I was like, what is going on? And now it's like, oh, she was 15. Okay, that makes fuck right. That makes that so much more grim than I thought it was just really weird.
Yeah, and the girls later in the film were like 14.
Yeah,
13, 14. Yeah,
grim.
what a bad guy.
Bad.
And
guy.
he was like, he signed off on this. He's like,
yeah, this is great.
He's like, yeah, you gonna make me look like Rocky?
Yeah.
Martin Scorsese's like, yeah, all right, man.
yeah. I will, man. Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah. Yeah.
This is one for the history books, I promise you.
Yeah, like imagine being related to this guy. Like, he's just, he's not a good guy. Not a good guy.
Not a nice guy.
A bad hombre.
And De Niro winning the Oscar for it.
Oh, did he? Yeah.
He won an Oscar.
Oh, his second Oscar. Yeah.
His second Oscar.
'Cause I think he won for Taxi Driver as well, or something else.
How many Oscars does De Niro have?
Not enough.
Not.
If he can win more than one, you shouldn't be able to win more than one. That's a different point. But if you can win more than one, he should be winning for. He should be win for Goodfellas, Godfather. Was he in Goodfellas? He was.
He was.
Raging Bull, Taxi Driver. He's winning for Little Fuckers.
The Irishman.
Meet the Parents, The Irishman.
What else? He's been in some fucking bad films recently.
Some shocking films.
Let's see how many Oscars he has. 1 second. De Niro. Robert De Niro has won 2 Oscars. He won for Raging Bull and The Godfather Part 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't know that. Best Supporting and Best Actor.
Oh, so he did win for that.
He's been nominated for Silver Linings Playbook, Cape Fear, Awakenings, The Deer Hunter, and Taxi Driver.
Cape Fear, that was shit. That wasn't a good... Like, it was an alright film, but that's not a good performance. The Deer Hunter, he should have won for that. That was very good. That was a very good performance.
Yes.
But yeah.
Speaking about the Oscars, Mark.
Speaking of the Oscars...
The Oscars happened Sunday night, didn't they?
I can't believe it.
Nothing major happened, did it?
Yeah, I didn't see it.
Some movie one.
Yeah.
Nothing else, pretty bog standard.
Yeah, it was pretty standard, I heard.
That was a slap. The slap of Will Smith's godly hand coming down on top of Chris Rock's face.
That was live audio.
Let's talk about that before we talk about...
Yeah, Owen just slapped me.
Yeah, just slapped me.
I was like, what the... Oh, yeah.
Keep my podcast's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm defending the honor of my podcast.
Wow.
Yeah, wow. What the fuck is he thinking?
What the fuck?
What the fuck is he thinking?
I think there's like 2 sides to the slap. One, which is like, he shouldn't be escalating it to a violent degree over like something like that. Bad joke, real bad joke. They're both in the wrong in this situation.
Will Smith's
He's
way
worse. He's way more in the wrong though. But then the other side of it is also just fucking gas.
It's fucking hilarious. But imagine being Chris Rock.
Oh man, you'd
be fuming.
Pissed.
Absolutely fuming.
I say there was some fucking intern on that like little earpiece that he was
Yeah.
on. It's like, we will give you all the money in the world if you just let this go.
Yeah. Please do not
do not
this.
escalate this.
Do not do what
Move
you were
on.
thinking of doing. Yeah. Like you were saying, like he was about to say something. Like he's a comedian. He's a stand-up comedian. He's dealt with hecklers. Obviously, he's never dealt with something like that before, and he's never dealt with Will Smith confronting him on stage. But he definitely had something in his head.
Oh, he would have just
A comeback.
destroyed him.
He could have easily. The guy, like Will Smith, is a joke to the world already. He's a living meme. He's known for being like a cook based, or like being like he's been humiliated by his wife on like on national TV.
I've literally seen. There's a fucking a photo. You know that Drake photo where it's like the meme template was like Drake like palming away from something.
Yeah,
And like that. It's like when men fuck my wife, it's like, nah, it's okay. But then when someone insults her, it's
yeah.
Oh.
Like there was so much. He could have easily said something, and the fact that he didn't, fair play to him. But I'd also say he's very like shell shocked. He's like, what
Yeah.
the fuck?
It's like
There's
you're
no
at the-
precedent there.
Like whatever about that happening at anything, you're at the Oscars.
Yeah.
At the Oscars, at the most prestigious award for like films or whatever.
Mm.
And a guy got up and slapped you in the face. The guy that later on went on to win Best Actor.
The worst part is he could have, like we had in, what was it, 2015 or 16, when remember they read out the wrong movie.
Yeah, Moonlight.
That was, I am 100%, I would put my house on that being staged. I am almost certain that was staged. Because remember it had been done before, the year previous, during the Miss Universe competition. Steve Harvey read out the wrong winner for Miss Universe.
Oh no, I've never seen that.
But then the year afterwards, the Oscars was like, oh, the same thing has happened again. What a coincidence. That was staged, 100% staged. But this one, like, I don't think it's staged.
Yeah,
I
I don't
thought it
think
was.
it's
When I
staged.
first heard about it,
Yeah, I thought
people were talking about it. I saw the first, the image.
I saw the photo. I was like, that's
That
staged.
looks so staged. But then you see Chris Rock's reaction, and you see
the awkwardness.
the awkwardness, the awkward silence. Yeah, that's the thing. If Will Smith had just slapped him and then sat
yeah.
down, he could have, like, the crowd was willing to play into the bit, willing to laugh.
But he cursed.
But he starts shouting
Oh, he cursed.
and heckling. Yeah, it was like,
That's when-
fucking wife.
It's like, there's no way that's fake. Like, he just
Yeah.
cursed on, like, and you can, I didn't even realize that they censored it as well, because I just seen the footage.
Yeah, the Japanese cut.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's like, oh no, he like full on F-bombed twice at the
Twice.
Oscars.
Yeah. Like he could have played it off. But he just decided to double down. He wanted to be the big man, the alpha male.
I said it twice as well. Like the first, I think, like that's the point where it's like it just got worse and worse. Where like he said it once, and Chris Rock was kind of talking over him, so you couldn't really hear what he's saying.
If he hadn't repeated himself, then he'd be the beta man. Because
Yeah.
he was like, because Chris Rock was like, what? And then if it was just silent, then the crowd would be like, whoa.
Yeah,
You have to say it again. You have to say something.
and he
He
doubled
just
down on
he
it.
just shouldn't have said anything.
And he enunciated every word to say,
Yeah.
"Keep your hands off my fucking wife."
What?
Or keep her name at your fucking mouth.
Yeah.
Keep your hands. He'd be alright with that. He'd be fine with that.
Yeah. Jesus. Yeah, what a melt. They should take the Oscar off him just for laughs.
to
Just
give
for
it to
laughs.
Chris Rock.
Give it to someone else. Like
Yeah.
I had absolutely no idea that he was even nominated. I've never heard of the film that he's in, King Richard.
I knew he was gonna win. I was like, this is Smith's year.
He's not a good actor.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really rate him. I haven't seen him in anything to rate him in.
I love him in. He comes out with loads of bangers, like Independence Day, I Am Legend, great
Fresh
action
Prince-
films.
Fresh Prince.
Fresh Prince, yeah. But it'd be like if Tom Cruise does a fucking biopic about I don't know, fucking he plays.
He's already won an Oscar, I'm pretty sure.
Tom Cruise has.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, someone like that. Some random action star.
Chris Evans.
Chris Evans, yeah. He does some like fucking Oscar baity sports biopic, and then he wins the Oscar. It's like you're an action star. No.
That's 100% gonna happen
No.
in 20 years' time.
Yeah, maybe. But no, they shouldn't be doing that. Know your role. You're an actor. You're in stupid action movies. You're not a serious actor. Just accept that. You're already a millionaire, worth hundreds of millions probably.
A rapper.
A rapper. You're beloved by millions.
2 very successful kids.
Yeah.
You don't need that Oscar, man.
Even his kids are like multimillionaires, and everyone loves him, or they did a few days ago. Now he's like a joke. You know?
Yeah.
He's just a meme again. Or I suppose he already was a meme, but like
Less so of a meme.
Less
Because I don't
so,
think a lot of people in like the mainstream. Not even the mainstream, but like most people wouldn't really know that like the whole like 'cause he has like an open relationship, isn't it, with Jada?
Yeah.
An open marriage.
Yeah. Or to what extent was that like a consensual? Or did she just go around fucking other lads and he was like, all right.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure he goes around fucking other women and
He
stuff like
definitely
that as well.
fucked Margot Robbie. I remember that. That was the thing for
Yeah,
ages.
he did.
Because they were in like 3 films together. They're all shit. They're all absolutely terrible.
Yeah, they did Focus.
Yeah, yeah.
Does anyone remember that film, Focus?
Suicide Squad. And they did another one as well.
Suicide Squad together, yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck me, yeah.
But, yeah, strange guy. I remember he did that interview where he was like, when he first got famous, he was having sex with so many women that it disgusted, that it like violated his like inner moral fiber to the extent that anytime he had an orgasm, he'd start vomiting. That's like a direct quote from Will Smith.
And Will Smith
He's
is
fucked up.
Will Smith is like fucking weird. Like he is fucking weird.
He's a huge Scientologist as well.
Yeah, which is also. Does every single actor that's like heavily involved in Scientology end up having a fucking breakdown, like live on TV for everyone to see?
He's just ascended to the real Will Smith is ascended to the next plane.
Yeah,
this is just his husk. This is his earthly husk left behind. He's just nothing like the one we
the
once
pure Will
knew.
Smith is ascended.
The real Will Smith is long gone. But yeah, an eventful Oscars anyway.
An eventful.
You see that the viewing numbers went up 3 times. They went from like 6 million to 20 million, like in the minute after the slap.
Really?
And they sort of stabilized as well. Like people kept watching, because like they've always had a problem.
See at the Oscars like we need to get this happening.
Yeah, we need more violence on stage.
Get 2 actors that fucking hate each other. Put one of them up at the front.
Yeah. They already had like a pre-existing feud before. I think it was the 2016 Oscars where they had like they had a disagreement or something. I wasn't sure, but yeah. No, yeah, because they've been struggling with ratings for years.
Chris Rock fucked Jada.
Yeah, probably, yeah. I don't think he likes her for some reason, even though they're both in Madagascar together.
Yeah, I saw that. Did you see that thing? It's like Oscar slaps Merlin to defend Glory or whatever it was.
Yeah. These 2 lads are having a knock.
Yeah.
It's just the shark tail fish and Marty the
I put
Marty
that up.
the
I
zebra.
put that up as the photo for the questions.
Oh yeah. But yeah, no, good stuff though. Good stuff.
And you saw one of the Oscar winners, didn't you?
I did. I heard that Coda had won Best Picture.
A film that we had never heard of.
A film which we'd never heard of. I'm sure we read it out on the podcast at some
when we
stage.
did the nominations, yeah.
Yeah, but we definitely
Yeah, those
didn't know.
Power Oscars are on their way. Don't worry, everyone.
Yeah, there's just a week delay.
Yeah, don't worry.
But
They'll be out sometime.
Yeah, I watched Coda, so I never heard of it. And it's this weird film, about a girl. It's the first sentence on the Wikipedia is Coda is a 2021 film, which is a coming of age musical comedy drama. And if you can extrapolate from that one sentence and create a film in your mind, just like whatever comes to your head, scene by scene, that is exactly what the film is. It's literally like,
it is a coming of age.
Yeah. Oh no.
Comedy.
We have all seen. You've seen this film before. Everyone's listening to this has already seen this film. Literally everyone in the world has seen this film before, because it's just the same film that's been made about 50 times. It's just as I say, like a coming of age comedy drama, where there's only one type of film. Like there's no room for maneuvering in that genre.
Yeah.
That micro genre there. It's actually a remake of a French film, La Famille Bélier, from like 2016. Which is a bit weird to remake a film where you already need a lot of subtitles anyway in English.
Yeah.
So
yeah, because it's all sign language, surely. Yeah.
So there's not a lot of English in the film anyway.
Yeah. What's the plot to this? Because what is the plot to this film?
The plot is, so the word CODA, it's actually an acronym. It stands for Child of Deaf Adults, I believe. So it's about a girl called Ruby. And she is the child of deaf parents, and her brother's deaf. So everyone in her family is deaf, but she can hear. And they're like a fishing family. And she struggles. She's really awkward. She's a teenager. She's struggling to find out who she is. You know, she's starting to notice boys and stuff like that. And she decides, well, the boy she likes signs up for choir, so she also signs up for choir. And through the medium of song and music, she learns to express herself with the help of her music teacher.
Jesus Christ, I have seen this film before.
Yeah. It's like, it is scene for scene. Like, you can literally imagine this. I don't know why anyone would ever pay to see this film, because you can just think about it in your head, and that is exactly what the film is. Like, there's not even, on a technical level, like, the film is, like, it's a perfect film.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing...
It's best picture marker should be.
Yeah.
That and Green Book.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. But there's also, like, nothing... It doesn't do anything. Like, it's just every scene is, like... Or every, like... The camera's framed, like, in the most basic way possible in every single scene.
It is shooting what it needs to shoot.
Yeah. It's a hyper-realism, yeah. It's social realist.
Yeah.
And then it's like... there's a lot of music involved because she's a singer. And her family is deaf, so it's like a little... You know, it's like a commentary on... Yeah.
I see what they did there. Very clever.
Yeah. The actors in it are actually deaf as well. The main guy, Troy Kotsur, he won Best Actor.
Yes, he did.
Or Best Supporting
Best
Actor.
Supporting, yeah.
Best Supporting Actor. He's deaf, and also so is Marlee Matlin, who is the Ma. She also won an Oscar a few years ago.
She's the first one you were saying, isn't
The
she?
first person to win an Oscar, yeah.
The first person.
She's the first deaf person to win an Oscar. And they're very good, you know. But it's just a film that did not need to be made. Never mind win an Oscar. I have no idea why anyone would say this is the best film that was made in 2021. I've absolutely no idea.
Man, like, looking at that show, like, the line, like, what was nominated and stuff like that as well. All of them, I was like,
yeah. I wouldn't be arsed watching any of them. But, like, Dune, I would give it... Like, Dune, a lot of people, you know, people have gripes with Dune. But, like, Dune has at least had... there was some kind of spectacle involved. And there was a technical aspect.
Yeah, there's something going for it.
And, it adapted... You were saying, like, adapted the unadaptable book. You know, had great performances, great design and stuff. Like, I don't know why. It actually, like, it boggles my mind why you would give Coda the Best Picture. I have absolutely no idea why it got Best Picture.
Like, I genuinely, I am never going to watch The Power of the Dog, probably.
yeah. I saw it's on Netflix, isn't it? Yeah,
it is on Netflix.
I was thinking, I watched that and I was like,
I've heard it's grand. Like,
yeah,
I've heard some people really like it, and other people be like, yeah, it's kind of whatever. So I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe I'll give it a shot, but like,
I will never watch it. I'll never watch any of those films.
I mean, I won't watch Coda. Like, I didn't watch Green Book. I'm not gonna watch Coda.
Oh no, yeah, don't watch Coda. Like it's not even like Green Book is weird shit going on. You know, it's like what the fuck is that film about? Like, Coda is perfectly okay. I think it has some criticisms from like deaf people. It's good representation of deaf people.
Yeah. Is it like a happy movie? Maybe that's why they picked it.
It is, yeah. It's a happy film. It's like but it's a happy film that was like, it's a Disney Channel original movie with a slightly higher budget. That's all it is.
Sounds like the perfect movie.
The perfect movie. And even like, and every scene is just like she has she's trying to get into music, or the music teacher's like, you should go to a music college. And he arranges like an audition for like Berkeley Music College in America. And she's like, I don't want to go, because she's like so many competing pressures with her family at home. And she's confused about who she is. And she's also distracted by the boy, but she's embarrassed because of her parents and stuff like that. But then eventually she plucks up the courage. That's the most unsurprising thing that ever happened, that I've ever seen in any film. She's like,
so weird.
She's like, I will go to the audition. It's like, wow, I didn't see that coming. And she goes to the audition, and she's very nervous at the start. And she's like, kind of like, she's not projecting her voice properly. And the judges are sitting there and they're like, oh no, she's not getting in. So then her teacher, the music teacher, her tutor, shows up at the back of the room, and he's like, could I play the piano for her? Or could I accompany her on the piano? And the judges are like, well, this is highly unorthodox, but we'll allow it. I was like, are they for real?
Oh my
God.
God.
Are they for real?
Jesus.
Like, the whole, this is so unusual, but yeah, we'll allow this. And then he basically like fixes it so that she gets in. Because like he
plays her song for her or whatever.
Yeah, he plays the song that she wants to sing. And she gets the guy. So it's like a Disney Channel original movie. That's cool.
That is I can't get over it. Like, now
But
that you describe it to me, I was like,
It's like this one.
I have seen this film before.
The Academy thinks this is the best film of 2021. I do not understand.
Weird.
Your one who wrote the screenplay also got best adapted screenplay, which I like. This, like, the film was already made. Like, it's a remake of a film. How did you get best adapted screenplay? Because the other film was like widely acclaimed.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
it's like,
that's
what?
dubious.
You adapted a very good film and made an alright film. You know, and there's not even like, I don't know, it just doesn't make any sense. It's
That's
stupid.
so fucking weird.
It's bizarre. But yeah, don't watch Coda.
So yeah, best picture. You know,
Yeah, the best picture.
Best picture.
Yeah,
Will Smith with the best actor, the dad in this Coda.
yeah.
Best
Troy
supporting.
Kotzer,
The second deaf person, the second person ever to win an Oscar.
Yeah, the second ever person. Yeah. So yeah, a lot of cool stuff. But yeah, that's probably the last one I'll watch from this year's Oscars. To be honest. TBH.
Like, is there anything else? Drive My Car. If it wasn't 3 hours, I probably would give it a go.
Yeah.
Just not arsed.
Maybe that Riz Ahmed short film.
Yeah, maybe check out the would you watch Encanto now? Because that doesn't mean anything though.
What's Encanto?
It's a Disney film.
No, probably not.
Like, Luca was right there. Why didn't you give it to Luca?
Yeah, why not? Was that nominated?
Yeah, Luca was nominated, but Encanto won. I haven't seen Encanto, but I haven't heard that much great things about it. I heard it like, yeah, it's a Disney movie.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of weird, few strange choices. I think if the slap hadn't happened, it would have just bombed. It would have gone completely under the radar.
I feel like people might have more talked about the Jesse Plemons and Kristen Dunst thing with Amy Schumer.
Yeah, I didn't know about that till you told me.
Like, just Amy Schumer fucking made a terrible joke, but it was all staged and planned. But it's just like, that's... Like, Amy Schumer is not the person to be doing that.
She shouldn't have a career. She's not funny at all.
Yeah, she's not funny and she's not really well liked.
Yeah, people don't like her.
Yeah. Like, people, you know the way that people used to not like, your one from Bridesmaids, Melissa McCarthy. People used to not like her, but then
she actually is pretty funny. Like.
Yeah, she is funny, and she like kind of turned her like perspective, her like internet, the way that she's viewed on the internet around, and it's working for her. But Amy Schumer's just never going to do that, or at least hasn't at this stage.
Oh no, she has absolutely no chance. Remember that time she fell on the carpet in front of Kanye West and Kim Kardashian, and Kanye just like walked past her. It was like he had some comments about her afterwards as well, but she was trying to like do this whole like dramatic thing, and it just like it was so awkward because it completely bombed. Yeah.
This is Amy Schumer to a whole, isn't it though? Like, everything she does is just not funny. It's bombs.
She made some joke about Leo DiCaprio's girlfriends. That
hasn't been made before.
Leo DiCaprio is doing so much for the planet, he will leave it in a better shape for his girlfriends. That's it. That's the roast.
Good roast.
That's the issue. Is the roast is about 10 years old and it also doesn't make any sense.
Amy Schumer. But yeah, because that was staged though between like.
People would talk about that.
I was like, oh, maybe the Chris Rock, but like, that's just not fake at all. It's just not fake at all.
If that is fake, that's the best production.
That's the best work I've ever seen.
That's the best work that's come out of Hollywood all year.
Get those two men at WWE now, because they can pull a work real well.
Yes, please. Royal Rumble.
The Royal Rumble of Chris Rock versus Will Smith. I paid to see that.
Yeah,
get them in the ring.
Rock versus Smith. It sounds like it's setting it up.
Oh my god,
like,
yeah.
I'm gonna smelt you into something awful.
I'm gonna rock your socks.
I'm gonna rock your world. Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna rock your world. Cause like, all right, because I forgot that the Oscars were happening.
Same, completely.
So I was like, fuck, right, we don't have that much to talk about. But also last week, going back to the Batman again, but we're back to the Batman. The Joker scene dropped last week as well.
The Joker scene, the deleted Joker scene.
Yeah, you called it. I'm pretty sure it did come out for that. Or did you say that? The Ratchet Ladder, whatever the fuck it was. You were saying that that's going to be the reward for, I don't know. Doesn't matter. I can't remember. You remember that fucking RNG thing that they had? Or that augmented reality game? Where like you went to the website and there was a loading bar.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's what this dropped when that went to 100%.
Yeah, okay.
And I think you were the one that was saying that.
The Joker scene, yeah.
What you think of it?
Hot take. That's a bit weird, to be honest.
I think he looks
Scary.
He looks scary. He looks horrible. That smile. He looks
butchered.
He looks butchered. Like
Yeah.
he looks like the Joker should do in this universe.
He looks like an acid attack victim.
Yeah.
Which is the actual origin, isn't it? That he fell into a vat of chemicals.
Yeah, but this one, I don't know what the fuck's happened to him.
Aye, God knows what it actually is, but it clearly has something to do with acid. Like he's not like no hair, or it's like he's like tufts of hair and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah. It was. I don't know how I feel about it. Is like kind of take on it though. You know?
Okay, I'm like, it looks. I like the look.
I like the look. Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
tired of seeing it.
The what?
I'm tired of edgy.
Of the Joker.
Of edgy
Punk
Joker. I'm tired of seeing edgy Joker.
Like I feel like they could have easily gotten away with like something a bit more restrained, considering he is clearly like young Joker.
Yeah.
And he's already so fucked up. It's like they could have just had him as something a bit more like stripped back. It's also like, yeah, maybe it is just kind of oversaturation of the character as well. Because I wasn't too mad about his interpretation of it, like even the laugh and stuff. That was a bit but it was the same when he wasn't in the movie, but he like his silhouette was, and he had the audio track.
Yeah.
But like I was a bit. But if he's a side character, something similar, like something that Batman would go to a voice for, like a Penguin kind of thing.
Yeah.
That would maybe build up into a main villain. Then I definitely get on board with that. But if they go straight into he's the next villain for the film, or for the next film, I don't know. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know if he could carry that.
Because even like what he was saying to Batman, I kind of liked. I did kind of like the way that he was saying, "Oh, the reason why you're really interested in this guy is because he's killing the people that you should be going after as well."
Yeah, you're afraid that he's right,
and you're thinking, "Oh fuck, what if he is right?"
Yeah.
Like I do like that idea.
I like that he called that out because that was clearly what Batman was thinking. But it was never really even like implied in the dialogue. You know, I think that could have been addressed in the film.
Yeah, well, it was addressed and then they took it out.
It wasn't addressed in the yeah.
Which is but that's like I like the way that the Joker can like twist Batman's head to make him question the morality or like why he's doing what he's doing.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I like that version of Joker, but I am just tired of Joker.
Yeah, it didn't really need it. You know, it didn't really. You know,
it's weird because I liked it, but I also don't like it.
Yeah, no, I like that they brought it out. I like that they did it just for the novelty.
I'm glad that it wasn't in the film.
I like it. Yeah, I don't know, but like, I don't know how I feel about it though. I just like this is an Irish Joker.
Yeah, same.
My mom claims that she saw him on Dame Street today. I doubt that, but she claims she's like, I saw Barry Keoghan today. Like, sure. No, but yeah, she says he's on Dame Street. But yeah, I don't know.
She probably just saw some random fella from Dublin.
He's some random weird looking fella.
That's all that he is.
Yeah. But yeah. What's your
I don't know, because I am like I'm agreeing with everything you're saying, but I was like I do like it, and I like that he's real fucked up, and he looks like a horror villain. He doesn't look like he belongs in a Batman film at all. He looks like fucking Leatherface or something like that. Like
yeah.
And with the smile and stuff like that. But yeah, I was just like, I don't know.
I think it is. Some of it is a bit much.
Yeah,
because like everything else is very like compare him to the Riddler.
That's what I keep doing. I'm picturing him beside like the Riddler or Penguin or anyone. It's like he's too extreme.
Like he's the reverse. Well, you don't really have a comparison for the Riddler, but I think of like Penguin versus Danny DeVito's Penguin, or even him versus, or Pattinson's
Terry and Riddler.
Yeah, or Pattinson's Batman versus
any of them.
The other Batmans, like the Batman by the recent Batman, this year's Batman is like trying to be way more like grounded, realistic, in like there's a clear style to it, but it's also more grounded in a way that. In a different way to the Nolan films. But then you have, that's like Joker just seems like really off the map.
Yeah.
It feels like it's something that should have been in like a Burton film, you know, to me.
Yeah, but he's too gory.
He is too gory, but I don't think he fits with the aesthetic of the other characters.
Yeah,
like the Penguin, you know.
Like, I do think that like Heath Ledger could have fit into this one perfectly.
Yeah. Yeah,
Literally Heath Ledger's Joker.
It was way more understated.
Mm.
You know, even though it's not really that understated, but this one is like very, very like not over the top, but like it's.
He's very, very deformed.
He's very deformed, whereas the Penguin
or
isn't
mutilated at some stage.
The Penguin isn't even like, he's just a guy.
Mm.
You know, he's just a gangster who has a nickname of the Penguin, and the Riddler is just a guy who's just called the Riddler.
Incel.
He's just an incel, yeah. But then you have this actual like the Joker. He's just like a comic book character, which I feel like isn't the vibe.
I know. I agree.
You know,
I think he is too extreme in the horror aspect of him. But yeah.
But we'll see what happens though.
We'll see how it goes.
They plenty of time.
Plenty of time.
It wasn't a great look at him anyway. Probably adjust the makeup and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see him like fully clothed. Maybe if he has like lipstick on and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, he gives himself lips because he doesn't have any lips, but like he gives himself, and he has like the white face and stuff like that.
Yeah. See, I couldn't see him in like a suit or anything either.
Yeah, what the fuck does he wear?
Yeah, what would he wear?
No idea.
I couldn't picture him in anything.
Yeah, I can't picture him wearing clothes. I can only picture him wearing like maybe that's what they do with him, is just keep him in the uniform, and he is just a side character.
Yeah.
Just like mysterious side character. Yeah. Anyway, move on to listener questions, because we've got a few listener questions.
Let's do it.
If you want to ask us a question, you can hit us up on Instagram or on Twitter at @paro_pod. Or, don't hit the mic. Or you can hit us up via email, theparopod@gmail.com. Our first question is coming in from Patrick, and Patrick is asking us, in honor of Will Smith, if you got one free slap on any celebrity, who would it be?
Oh, on any celebrity?
Yeah.
Oh, I was always reading that as from any celebrity. On any celebrity? Oh.
Piers Morgan,
yeah. Is he a celebrity though?
He's a celebrity.
He's a public figure. Yeah, it definitely is. Yeah. Yeah, Piers Morgan. That's someone like that. Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't, because like we were having a similar conversation in our group chat, and I was saying, like, there's a difference between a punch and a slap.
A slap is more
disrespectful.
Yeah. Like you're holding back, but you're not arsed.
Yeah.
You're just like, you're not even worth it.
Like,
I'm not
gonna like, this is only gonna shock you. I'm not gonna cause damage with this.
This is just for show. You wouldn't slap someone in a one-on-one situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Slap a celebrity.
Will Smith.
I can't even think. Yeah, Will Smith, give him a taste of his own medicine. I don't know. Jared Leto. I feel like he needs it, but he would attack me. He would jump on.
You.
He would start eating me alive on stage if I did that. Yeah. Jared Leto is a good shout though.
Jared Leto is a good shout.
He needs to be slapped. He needs to be brought down a peg.
Yeah, he does.
He's a cunt. He's a fucking psychopath.
When Morbius is out in like 2 weeks' time, that film is gonna bomb.
That is going to sink like a stone. It has been absolutely savage as well.
Yeah.
No one likes it. It's been
is
savage.
it out? Is it?
Well, the reviews are already out.
Oh,
anyway.
fucking hell!
So
You can
we
tell.
We all
knew
that.
it. We all knew.
We did call that first though. I'm just gonna say we called that.
Right, then we got James's question, and James sent in a big old question. He's asking us on the podcast a few weeks ago, you guys mentioned that Joaquin Phoenix's Joker was based off De Niro's character in Taxi Driver. Well, do you think now that a movie similar to Taxi Driver could be pulled off, but without the protagonist donning a mask or being a superhero/villain in some respect? Feel like we're in a stage of movie production similar to the spaghetti westerns of the 50s, where our cinema culture is superhero/villain dominated.
I think that's a great point.
That's a great point.
I think it's a good question as well. I personally think no, that could not happen.
Yeah, like a film like Taxi Driver? Nah.
No way.
Like Raging Bull. I don't know, I haven't seen Power of the Dog, but apparently Power of the Dog is about toxic masculinity, so.
Is it?
Yeah. Maybe we'll have to check that out, but
yeah, somehow it's like a Raging Bull kind of thing.
Yeah, I just don't think like any of these downtrodden like character focused films. It's just like, yeah, we could do that, and then we can just turn him into a superhero.
Yeah, but what if you had a cape and mask? What if he was already attached to an intellectual property which had a legions of fans?
And we can make toys, and we can make
so much money.
We can make so much money. Rather than it just being like Travis Bickle, who's very unmarketable.
Yeah,
Why not make him Batman?
yeah. Travis Bickle action figures. They definitely exist, but
they definitely exist, but for the wrong reason.
Yeah.
I do think, yeah.
Yeah, that's what Scorsese came out of though. You know, he had the cred to go for something like that. You wouldn't have that. Like, who would be in Scorsese's position? Anyone who would possibly be in that position would already be signed up and locked in to like one of the big studios, and they would be like, yeah, you can make that if you make 3 Captain America sequels first.
I mean,
you know?
Even to James's point about like cinema production stuff like that, we are getting to a similar stage of the 50s and 60s where it's just a few, like we are 100% at that. Like we're going back to the studio system.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Like Amazon buying MGM and stuff like that. Like we're on the way back to the studio system where like they're just going to pump out similar films because they have all the assets there.
Pump out shite.
Yeah, just pump it out, just content. Pump out content.
Yeah, something, snags.
And then it's like, here, we need to dissolve these companies.
Yeah, it all falls down, yeah.
Because that's what happened with the Westerns, isn't it, more or less?
Yeah, wasn't it? The Paramount decree, wasn't that like early 50s? Or was that late 50s?
That was early 50s. Yeah, but there's still Westerns in the 40s and 50s.
Ah, yeah. But you had, it was way more distributed anyway.
Yeah.
You had a much better distribution. Yeah, I couldn't see something like Taxi Driver. Like, what would be a comparable film? Like, they literally had to remake Taxi Driver as a comic book movie.
Yeah.
And
King of Comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. Fucking hell.
There's nothing.
There's
nothing really comparable.
You need something. But like, was Taxi Driver and stuff like that very successful back in the day? I suppose it was because, I mean, there was nothing else to be doing except going to the cinema. So
yeah. Raging Bull wasn't liked.
Wasn't it?
Apparently not. No.
Wild. That's so weird.
People kind of misinterpreted it,
yeah.
like I did for the first half. I was like, am I supposed to sympathize with this guy? He's so bad. He's so evil.
I hate this fucking
Yeah,
thing.
he's not a nice guy.
Yeah, I'm trying to think, like, is there anything comparable? Maybe not from America, but from, like, I think that is kind of reason why international films are becoming more popular, because there's something fucking different from the American films.
Yeah, they have a different system going on, yeah. Yeah, that's where the salvation is.
To the east.
Go east. Yeah, forget the west.
The west is dead.
Yeah,
Move
come on.
east.
China. Come out.
Korea, you got some bangers of Korean films.
Yeah, China, Korea. One of them will come out with a decent Taxi Driver kind of thing, you know?
Yeah. It's called Squid Game.
Yeah. Squid Game.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah. Oh my god,
yeah.
But hopefully.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure that something will come out eventually.
It'll have to change at some point.
Yeah. I mean, we are stuck in the rut, but
Yeah, we're fucked.
the Western died, so the superhero film will also die.
Please.
Speed it up. And then we can get the assassination of Jesse James version of a superhero film.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, this is the best fucking film ever made.
Oh, they already made that, man. Watchmen. Look it up. It's a great film. Watchmen actually is good.
Yeah.
It's a great film.
It's fucking 4 hours long.
It's a great film.
Well, we leave it there.
We'll leave it there for this week.
My recommended film for episode 84 is going to be a French film.
Ooh.
Because I feel like our last few picks have been kind of film bro-y. Let's be real here.
Oh, yeah.
Network, Her, Raging Bull. I think I'm going to title this episode like something revolving around film bros, because we talked about many film bro films in this episode.
How about wholesome masculinity?
Wholesome masculinity. That's what we got to review the Jackass franchise if we're doing that.
Yeah.
My film is going to be Revenge.
Revenge. That doesn't sound very.
This is a rape revenge film, but with a feminist take.
All right.
So, content warning for 2 weeks time.
Let's do it.
It's gonna be good. It's meant to be a very good film. So,
Revenge.
Talk to you.
See ya.